minutes in. Maybe. Okay. Well, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. I'm not going to ask you guys for the popcorn. You already gave me all your popcorn. You're out of popcorn now. So here we go. Bloody Wednesday, 1987. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, it's so loud.
Yeah. That's what I mean by, like, match it to the volume of the rest of your thing.
Yeah.
And now for our feature presentation.
I do love this.
That is good, yeah. I'm a fan of that. Update. Oh, yeah, I got update title. Thank you.
That's a good idea.
Blue. Bloody Wednesday.
I'm a fan.
Okay, that's pretty good. Attention, all thrill seekers and horror show addicts. Wait, hold on. Attend our giant all-color spookathon. More terrifying, more mystifying, more horrifying than anything you've ever seen before.
It's chilling, it's thrilling, it's the most. We warn you, don't come alone.
What?
Boys, here's your chance to find out if your ghoul friend can take it.
Excuse me?
Gals, here's your chance to see if your boyfriend is a man or
Oh,
mouse.
whoops! Oh, I dropped my monster condom that I used for my
We'll
Magnum
guarantee
Dom.
your goose pimples will get goose
You
pimples.
stink.
Here's what you'll see.
What the fuck is happening? Also, Azure, thank you so much for the 20-month resubscription. I do stink, you are right.
How many ways can you distort the human mind?
I'm in!
One way is to remove the brain itself and control it.
What?
Brain of blood.
It's a fiendish spectacle of shocking surgery as new
Can we
life
watch
is given
Brain
to a
of
man
Blood next?
Already dead, a creature created in an operation of horror.
Oh no. Science meets horror as a man-made creature comes to life.
What? Is it just Frankenstein?
Hold on. Here's the link.
What is happening in this ad?
I don't know.
I love it.
And control his most fiendish impulses
Oh.
to destroy.
Is it like framey for you too?
Yeah. I don't know if
Okay.
it's just this though, because we're not actually in the movie yet.
Yeah, I hope
Brain
so.
was gone, living on in a
I only
madman's
flicked through the
skull.
movie, so
Oh no.
I was just trying to find one that wasn't in 240.
Turns a maniac into a monster.
In the doctor's chamber,
The
of horrors,
monster mash.
living victim supplied the
Ugh.
serum for his experiments.
That doesn't look like serum, that looks like
Fantastic
blood.
and unbelievable that you'll have to watch
He's right.
every moment of Brain of Blood.
You know what? Can we just watch funny, like, ads for horror films instead?
I mean, that'd be pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, this bit isn't framing now for me.
Yeah, no. Oh,
Ooh.
oh, he's so bloody.
And it is not a Wednesday.
That's true. What an era of film.
Oh, did we watch that one? I remember the hand thing. But I might
I
be
don't know.
mistaken.
A monster with the mind of a madman.
What the fuck are these ads?
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god!
Jesus.
His brain was saved for the most unholy experiments.
Dude, trailers need to return to
Brain of
this.
a
Yeah,
dead
I'd watch
man
so many more
lives
movies.
In a creature
Absolutely.
of horror.
Whee!
See, this makes me want to make like an extremely good dark horror film but then still make an ad like this as the trailer.
I just want to make a terrible 80s fucking slasher movie.
Yeah.
Are the Blood
Dude, I can do the prosthetics.
And this is their leader, the infamous Dr. Marco.
Dr. Motto?
Oops, oh, I dropped my monster condom that I used for my Magnum
When
Dom.
does the movie that we have
Hey,
start?
just woke up.
This
What
is
were
why
you
I said I
watching?
don't think it starts until like 6 minutes.
Well,
I'm honest, maybe 8 minutes. See, this is why I'm like totally okay with it though. This is great. J-Red, thank you so much for the 31-month resubscription. We are watching Bloody Wednesday. Because we had accidentally put a repeat on the poll.
we did.
Oh, my ass is numb. Mr. Worldwide.
List of these movies. I should.
Vampires. In the dark of night, they attack.
When I'm trying to attract a man, I also do that with my mouth. It just... It worked on Rob.
Corpse after corpse, with no one safe
Why
from
did the vampires strip all of their victims?
I thought that woman was already naked.
That's you're probably right.
You shall utter no word without the permission of Basra.
Vasa.
I like Vassar the vamp. Is that a? Somebody just hear a
You
fucking
may go.
cheetah?
No, that is a bat.
A lovely girl.
That was bat noises.
That was a bat with cheetah noises.
Dr. Marco to be the next victim of the Blood Drinkers.
That's what bats sound like, dude.
By the spirit of self-destruction.
Yeah, if the movie's actually framing me like this, we'll have to go back to your link, because otherwise I think it's gonna be unwatchable.
Yeah.
Like, I can do with the ads being framing, that's fine, but...
Oh,
Oh, is he our storyteller for this evening?
House is full of sounds. The loudest is your heart pounding in the night.
Is it?
The softest
Like, I
is
probably,
the
like,
sound of
fart and
terror.
cough a lot in my sleep. I think that would be louder.
In this house, terror waits for you
The
in
house
every
of-
room.
The house
Drip
that drips
blood.
blood.
yeah.
I want to watch that one next week.
That does sound pretty good.
I'm actually gonna write that down in the Discord so I don't forget.
Oh my lord.
Vampires, voodoo, vixens, and victims. You'll find them all in the house that dripped blood, 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 blood.
Blood, 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 blood.
Blah 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 blah. Oh,
This is dramatic.
fucking Skyrim starting. Hosted. Oh no.
Wait,
Gonna
no.
talk.
No, don't. Did we watch 7 minutes? Am I a horrible traitor?
I think you might have.
Oh, I don't see
Robbie future public domain choices. I know, right? God, that is so much louder, man.
that. Yeah. This is what I mean by, like, my dudes. You have whatever you want as loud as you want, but keep it all the same level. Oh, no.
Oh.
Let's get back to the show.
I'm scared. Dude, I'm gonna get a bandana and I'm gonna put my webcam underneath
And now
my
for our
my
feature
screen,
presentation.
and I'm gonna do movie nights like that. That's you're just gonna get an awkward up angle.
sequence.
Oh, what?
Oh.
Dude, how many starting screens does this dude need?
For real.
The
Oh my
third
god.
one.
All right.
Oh my god.
Well, here we are, boys.
I really-
Yeah, welcome to.
Television keeps reminding us we live in a violent world.
I hope every like 30 minutes
After
or so
sundown,
we just get him
most
being
of
like,
us try to
now
keep
back
off
to
the
the
streets
movie.
and stay out of public parks. We feel safe in our homes behind locked doors. The last place we would feel threatened is our neighborhood coffee shop. The film you are about to see depicts what happened in one of these coffee shops.
Wait, it's about a coffee shop?
Oh. It didn't go well in the coffee shop, it looks like.
Didn't give him decaf. He asked for fucking decaf.
This dude has so many movies on his channel, it's great. Oh, that's good. Maybe I should keep him subscribed.
god, this sounds like me just bashing my keyboard.
This is what happens when you only have one scone left.
Hi, Jake.
It's a hipster coffee
car's
shop.
ready, I
The
assume.
corpses are intentional.
The mechanic is Harry. You'll find him in the back.
Okay, thanks, Jake. You, Harry?
No, he's over there.
Those people died, ironically.
My car. My car.
My car!
Where's the motor? Jake, there's no motor in this car. My car.
Well, you're in a fucking mechanic shop, you dingus.
No, I think that's supposed to be a motor.
Fake, Harry. You, Mr. Gray, was gonna be here at 4 o'clock? What's the matter with you?
Can you list the gringos?
I can't.
You can't what?
I can't put it together.
Why are you a mechanic?
I forgot.
You take it apart and put together 100 cars like this. Now how could you forget?
Nothing fit. Nothing fit.
I'm gonna sue you, Jake.
Wow!
No, no way. Gerald here from
Because-
No.
I mean,
Because he was late?
no, he's not.
Nothing
I
fit.
mean, he's not just late. This dude is literally saying he can't put it back together.
Come get
I
your brother,
mean-
something's
I'd be
wrong.
pretty pissed.
Real
Yeah, but
wrong.
like, they can get it back together. This is a
Yeah.
mechanic shop.
Right now.
Gonna fucking sue?
It's
You
America.
wait a day.
It's America.
Yeah, that's true.
You sue.
Yeah.
All right, Harry. Out with it.
It's like someone offering a 30-minute
Taking pills?
pizza and then
Not
suing
like
them if
that.
they come at 32 minutes.
Honestly,
can't
I'd
make
do
things
it.
fit
Oh, heck,
anymore.
emo limoed.
What the hell you mean they don't fit? All them parts are made to fit. Anything comes apart fits together again.
You don't understand, Ben. You just don't understand.
Make me understand. Go ahead. Make me understand.
Me. I don't fit. If I
Oh.
don't fit, how can I make anything
Did
else
he try and
fit?
climb in and he didn't fit as the engine, so he
Get him out
gave
of
up?
here. He's
I
fired.
believe he might be talking figuratively.
Oh, I don't like that. Oh, that's an
Don't hate me,
adorable
Ben.
popcorn emote. That's a cute papa.
Let's go home.
Is he just like adopting this man?
That's his brother.
Oh, I thought that was a man that was suing. They're in a very similar suit.
Yeah, one bad day and he's fucking fired, yeah.
Sunday's Mother's Day. Let's go to the cemetery and put some flowers on her grave.
I'd like that.
Oh, I forgot. I promised Annie I'd take her and her mother to Disneyland on Sunday. Look, we'll do it some
Yo,
other
let's
time.
go to fucking Disneyland instead. That sounds
I gotta
much
run,
better than
Harry.
going to a
Got an
grave.
appointment.
Yeah. Take this man to Disneyland with you, man.
Yeah.
It does seem like a Rain Man-y type of thing going on. Yeah, now this is a banger.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Oh my god. This man is the highest key.
Jack, close your eyes.
I shall not.
Wait a minute. No, wait. No. No.
Can you give me any reason, Mrs. Curtis, why your husband
What did
and
that
I
have to do with the plot?
church?
He's not my husband. We're divorced.
Okay, all right. fair
Ah.
I
enough.
have no idea
That
why
explains
he
a
would
lot.
do anything so crazy. Is he crazy, doctor?
We don't use that term in the medical profession.
Sounds crazy to me.
You don't seem to care much about his welfare.
Well, they are
He can
divorced.
drop dead for all I care.
Oh, okay.
Was
The
he
man
cruel
is
to you?
clearly mentally
Was he
challenged.
beaten?
None of that. Harry is a loser. I gave him the best 6 years of his
Wow!
life. Like I said, he's a born loser. I
You
don't
are
want
not
anything to do
observant,
with him.
lady.
We can't
That
just
man
turn him
is
into the streets.
very clear.
He should have a place to go and someone to be with for a while.
Well, don't look at me.
I was gonna say, yeah, you should be phoning
You can
his
go now, Mrs.
brother.
Curtis.
Why is his brother not his next of kin, considering they're
He
divorced?
isn't dangerous, is he?
That'll be all, Mrs. Curtis.
What a fucking jerk.
Ah, the 80s.
Yeah. This movie's just Joker.
You're in the psychiatric ward of the county hospital. You are locked up, and you cannot leave until you're certified of being capable of taking care of yourself. After my initial examination, I filed a report. I said you were dangerous, a walking time bomb.
What?
Damn.
Feel dangerous.
I feel like you shouldn't tell
You
him
don't feel
this.
anything. That's sick.
Maybe you're the one that's sick. And hanging around with too many loonies.
You refuse to communicate. You behave
Everyone
as
is
though
an
you're all alone
asshole in
this
this world.
I mean, dude, that's the world. That's the 80s.
I don't follow little
Yeah.
girls into the park. I'm not about to mug some old lady. The only thing I use a knife for is to cut bread. I don't hate
How do you
anyone.
cut your meat then?
If you were 80, Harry, I could buy that. But you're 30. You're strong, full of energy. Try plugging up a spout of a tea kettle under a big flame. It blows up.
What?
If it gets too hot, we'll get out of the kitchen.
This is
whole world's
horrible
one big
psychiatric advice.
There's nowhere to hide.
So where do I run?
You don't.
Probably the author's
You
the asshole,
adapt.
yeah.
It's the only way to survive. Adapt.
Yeah, this character,
Good
this
job.
doctor, is basically the author talking, probably.
Eat 3 meals a day, get plenty of exercise, and take my vitamin C.
Don't smart-ass me.
Well, then stop bugging me!
I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm a little
Brother
confused.
Vouch for me. He's an accountant. He's a big deal CPA.
He's done
I've spoken
nothing
to your
violent.
brother. He's left the decision to me.
So test me. Besides, I thought I passed all your tests.
You did.
So why am I still here?
I have a gut feeling you're not ready.
Maybe it's something you ate.
Okay, that's
Saying all the wrong
it's pretty good.
things.
Yeah.
That's a good joke.
Unfortunately, Harry, we're overcrowded in this facility. And I have no legal right to detain you any further.
But
I'm
then why
going
were
to do
you
this
saying you
against
can't
my better
leave?
judgment.
Oh, I forgot to take
Yeah.
my only mode off. Sorry.
I'm going to release you on probation. But you'll
You
have to
just
report to me
said-
twice a week for the next 3 months.
You just said, yeah, you can't leave at all.
Thanks, Doc.
But I wish to leave, and she's like, well, I guess you're leaving.
This is actually Joker. I wonder if that's in DVD quality on, you know, the internet.
Does DJ do all your art now? Yes, yes, he does. And they are magnificent.
Hotel's been closed.
You can't leave. Now get out of here. You're a loose cannon cop, psycho. You know, we could use more wise old police sergeants telling more cops that they're loose cannon cops. There's a lot of the loose cannons out there.
Yeah, many cannon is loose.
Telephone in that suite also. So call me if you need me. This is the front door key. Keep the doors locked.
Based on the events of the San Isidro McDonald's
Oh.
Hurry, I'll stop by your
Well, now I don't want this one.
later tonight. Come on, I'll show you where the
I just thought it sounded fun.
Any practices, if they think you're crazy, they turn everything you say against you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there is a, I forgot what it was, what the name of the test was, but when I was learning about psychology, I learned about it, where they were, so like multiple personality disorder is, learnable. So a bunch of college students taught themselves to have multiple personality disorder and then got locked up in a psychiatric facility. And as soon as they got in, they immediately stopped having it and had no symptoms of anything, and they were stuck in there for 6 months.
Jesus.
Yeah. This is years ago, though, too. But, I mean, I would imagine it's not that much different.
Yeah, but that's still terrifying.
Uh-huh. That study was bullshit, apparently? Was it really? Well, I don't know. I learned it in my psych class years ago. But, I mean, you know, that's over 10 years old now, so...
You're a loose cannon. You get 6 days paid leave. Is it baby screaming or is it people screaming?
I don't know. It sure is music.
No more! You're gonna die! You're all gonna die!
What? It's a wrestling match.
Yo, I want to live there. Oh, I thought they were just playing drums weirdly.
No, this is not a prank call. I'm serious. I'll meet you by the front door. Get here as quick as you can.
Yeah, well, there's a whole number of things. But it's just, it's one of those disorders that is. I forget the exact.
Oh my god, what is this?
I love this.
That man is wiggling those hips at his little switchblade.
They're about to play Beat It.
Oh shit, the cops! Dude, he has the gold armband and everything.
NLSS meeting up in real life. Wow.
The gun, right?
Right?
You did the smart thing calling the police and not trying to apprehend them yourself. You're a good citizen, Mr. Curtis.
You're a dead man.
Oh, this always, I've wanted this to be called a good citizen by a cop.
Yeah.
It's my dream.
Fucking guys are loaded up on PCP or something. I think the term is learned? Can be learned? I don't know. There's a psychological term for a disorder that you can make yourself have.
It sounds like he's hearing voices, right?
Yeah.
No, not till you tell me who you are.
That seems like an inadequate response to blood-curdling screeches of fear. Is quite Monka. Wait, what do you mean delivered? I opened the door and there was no one there. I'm not paying for this.
God, this gets so loud.
It really does. Turbo Monka. Oh no.
What is happening?
Do you not have a peephole?
Everyone should have a
What the hell
peephole.
is this? What are you doing with that wrench?
I'm attacking?
Some strange noises outside. There was somebody pounding on my door.
You've been drinking, Harry?
Oh, I don't drink.
The hotel's empty. Nobody was pounding on your door.
I mean, you were.
Maybe I dreamt it.
He lives in an empty hotel?
Who doesn't?
You scared the hell out of me.
This is very monk-ass.
Look, you got a free place to flop. Just play it cool. Let's not blow it.
Excuse me?
I'll be real quiet.
This is an unreliable narrator story? Probably, but
Oh,
it
yeah,
depends.
day
I
or
mean,
two.
on which perspective we stay with. It does seem like it's sticking with his perspective for the most part, though.
Oh, that's a teddy bear. Oh, okay. I was very afraid.
I missed you, Teddy.
Alright.
You'll be all right here.
Does Teddy have a little...
like this place.
Have to do for a while.
For how long, Harry?
Oh my god!
Oh.
Till I can find a job.
You can't hold a job. You're always getting fired.
Don't worry.
This is too real.
Things will work out fine this time.
I don't like it.
You'll see.
I don't like this.
They predicted the lives of millennials. How did they know?
I don't like that Teddy's got a little hole cut somewhere.
They just pop him in the microwave a little bit. You know, squirt
Nah,
a
he
little
likes
lube
it
in there.
cold. Cold and dry,
Just
baby.
What?
Is that a snake?
Is Anakin gonna sense? Oh no.
I want to watch this teddy bear kill this fucking snake. I want to watch him wrestle.
Eyes. Someone needs to make a gif of that.
Oh, I don't like
Be
it.
Make for an excellent reaction
Who
gif.
the fuck sleeps like this? If the blankets are on me all the time, I'm not sleeping.
Yeah. See, I've been having that trouble the past couple of nights because it's too warm.
He's gonna use the force, isn't he?
I hope so. Eyes deceptive.
Oh, I hate it.
Oh no.
I'm still more scared of the teddy than the snake.
Fucking Anakin and Obi-Wan are gonna run in and slice it in half, and then Obi-Wan's gonna jump out of a window.
See, now I kind of want to watch that scene again. Because it's fucking hilarious.
It is pretty funny. I still contend.
That snake is on that man's penis.
Jack, close your eyes.
This man actually had a snake on his dick.
By the way, I've read the past couple of I've read a couple of Ask Reddits recently, and I've discovered that do women actually like bulges?
What do you mean?
Well, like in the couple of Ask Reddits that I've been reading, a lot of ladies being like, you know, a fan of the bulge.
What, do you mean like in clothing and stuff?
Yeah, basically.
Well, yeah, that's like asking a dude if you like seeing tits through a t-shirt.
I didn't realize it worked like that, to be honest.
It's, you know, the bulge implies there is enough there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, tear it down. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Wait, did you not realize this?
I mean, like, sort of, yes, but...
No, you know.
I mean, I feel like he's got it handled Nope, clearly not.
No, he does not.
The snake is taming him.
Did he just like choke out that snake?
I think he did, yeah. Oh. He was just holding his dick the whole time.
It's his dick. That's fucking impressive.
God, I always try to hide my bulges. I don't want people to think about my dick.
I mean, it's not gonna be people thinking about your dick, but like if you're in a conversation and it's going well and she's into it, like she might peek. You know, it's like peeking at a dude's ass as he walks away, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, see, I kind of came down on the Ferronox front, where it's just like,
Like men are. No, that's I don't think that's true at all.
yeah, that's what I figured.
Like I don't like thinking. I don't want to look at a man and be like, you have no genitalia, huh? You know.
And apparently, by the way, chat, if you wanna know the anecdotally the most commonly sexy non-business suit attire, apparently is gray sweatpants. Yeah, what the fuck? Really?
It's okay. It can't just be any sweatpants. Like your sweatpants don't count. I'm sorry.
Oh, god damn it.
It's like the ones that are kind of fitted at the ankle, or at least are slim fit sweatpants.
Really?
Yes. It's very good for ass and bulge. Doesn't necessarily have to be gray, but gray is the best color for like seeing everything, you know?
What the hell? We've been dating 3 years. You could have told me this.
I don't like telling you what to wear. I only just got you to buy shirts.
Earlier, you're gonna get some fucking gray sweatpants.
I didn't realize this wasn't common knowledge. I really didn't know this wasn't common.
Ordered a pot of coffee.
You're new here, aren't you?
What is happening?
How long have you been working here?
Back behind sweatpants.
I started here the first night this hotel opened over 40 years ago. Been here all my life. Only job I ever had.
I mean, in my defense, I still don't believe the whole men are just into
Lucky, I
women in
guess.
the most lazy fucking clothing.
What about 13?
Oh no, we very much are.
I don't believe it.
She ordered coffee.
We don't
No
rent
one
that room
tells us
anymore.
these things, Chess, for real.
Okay,
Someone
okay.
rented 1327 and
We can
took
have
out
a
the
segment
window.
before movie night where you lot can just ask
3
me
months later, there
questions
was a
about
repeat.
women. I'll answer them.
1327
What else makes
has been
bulges
locked
look
up.
good?
There's
Boxer
no one
briefs. Of any color.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Preferably the ones that are like the skin tight but not like choking your dick ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't women like me, Jazz? Women like you, DJ. I'm gonna get you a big titty goth girlfriend and you can't stop me.
And get some gray sweatpants. Apparently, that's all you gotta do.
Oh, are they called boxer trunks? Okay, boxer trunks then.
Hambone is right. That is true as well.
Which direction should you wear the Johnson? Wait, you have to wear them in a direction?
Oh yes.
Oh, I'm
Well, you
so
have
sorry.
choices.
I'm a guest. Who are you?
Whichever direction is more comfortable for you.
Doors are made to knock on. Now, what is it?
That thing has sleeves,
Get in,
lady.
the hotel's closed.
I'm registered at the desk. What's wrong with you?
Do you understand what the sweatpants? Honestly, if you got a booty, the sweatpants will fit you just fine.
Hello?
Well, I'm out then.
You got a booty?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Or legs. Legs also, like thighs work too.
This seems suspiciously like you're backing away from your previous compliment.
No, sorry, I was just trying to think, because I was thinking that anything that can pull the sweatpants in any kind of way in the front, the back, or, upper thigh region
Well.
are good.
Down she goes.
I'm a skinny lad. Oh, if you're a skinny lad, it works too. Don't you worry. Do I have legs? I don't know. Do you, Brady?
jumped.
That was 28 years ago.
Excuse
the
me?
rope.
By the way, since I've learned this, I now understand why cod pieces were a thing.
28 years?
You do?
Well, I always expected it was just, you know,
I think cod pieces are
masculinity gone
more
wrong.
men fighting men over their dicks, I'll be honest.
There's nobody in that hotel
I
but
don't
you.
know now.
I've met men.
What, bellboy?
You do like to have pissing contests about absolutely
Nobody's
everything.
ordering room service.
Well, that's true.
The hotel's empty, I tell you. You hear me? Empty. Just pull yourself together. Stop talking like a nut. Well, where are you? In bed? Get out of bed and take a hot bath. No, I can't come over today. I just got too many appointments. Look, get out of bed, take a hot bath, and get some rest.
I do want to bring back capes.
Oh,
Cod
yeah.
pieces are a near second.
Also, a nice pair of shoes looks good on anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one likes beat up shoes. What'll make my pussy bulge look better though, Jess? Just grow as much hair as possible to make the bulge bigger.
Alright, so I'm starting to suspect that these guys don't exist.
Yeah.
And that police thing didn't happen.
Yeah, considering the person jumped out of the window, what was it, like 28 years ago? Maybe
Yeah.
it's whoever made them jump out that window kind of thing?
Oh.
Oh.
Well.
Make it man again. I can't believe Inception ripped off this movie.
Oh boy.
The pigs!
The
Get out of here, weird Sylvester Stallone.
They'll be all right. I'll take care of them. Thanks for your help.
You'll have to come down to the station to sign the report.
I'll get down there as soon as I can.
The new
Did you leave us
fall
alone?
collection.
Thanks again for your help.
Oh, God. I want
That's
one.
magical.
I would wear that all of the time.
So I've learned if I just wear my dick in a sock everywhere,
What were you
that
doing
women are
on
going
that
to be
ledge?
into it.
Until they're like, oh yeah,
wasn't
let's
trying
go,
to
and then
jump.
you take
You were
off
naked
the
the
sock
same
and
way you went to
it's
church
a
that
bit sweaty
day.
from
Damn
the
it,
sock.
can't you keep your clothes on?
I told you. I was in the bathtub when it happened.
I don't want to hear what happened.
Fly
Keep
on
your clothes on,
boxes
and I want you to
slash
stay
briefs on
inside the
those-
hotel.
What's the fly? Is it the bun?
Wait, what?
Why does all this
Oh,
have to
yeah.
happen to me?
Honestly, it's not really a preference for those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Those kind of don't really do anything.
There's underwear you can wear that has a presenting pocket.
But would you actually say no to that? Dude, if I went home with a dude and I had to watch him pull an actual sock off of his penis, then I'm going home. Like, I'm not dealing with athlete's foot on a fucking dick.
Imagine getting an inappropriate boner there, no way to hide those. I'm learning that doesn't matter, it seems.
Honestly,
How did you get here?
Over the wall.
I don't think I've ever
want
come
you to
across
leave.
someone where I've noticed if they've had an
be
awkward
afraid, I'm
boner.
not gonna hurt
And
you.
that includes, like, being a teenager in high school and every, like,
If you
noticed.
don't leave, I'm calling the police.
Go ahead.
Unless you're standing there wiggling
is
around
it you
and
want?
trying to move your hips and shit. That's the
You
only...
invited
That'll
me.
bring attention to
No
it.
such thing.
So I invited myself.
Excuse me? What is happening? I've been paying no attention.
Treat me like I'm an animal.
He showed up at the psychiatrist's
Alright.
place, I guess.
You want to talk? Talk.
This
I didn't
doctor
come
has
here
the
to talk.
worst bedside manner.
Oh. Oh.
Oh Lord.
One cold ass Swede.
I don't like this.
Well, remember,
haven't
this might
played
not be happening.
how many people in chat have been caught with an awkward boner, be honest. I am interested to know. Like, genuinely
depends on
caught
what you
and
mean
someone
by-
has mentioned it, or you've noticed them noticing, you know?
Right, yeah, like the being caught part is the hard part. Being embarrassed by an awkward boner, absolutely.
I don't know what the women's equivalent to that is. Is it just like my nips are pointing out? I feel like that's probably the equivalent.
Yeah, probably.
Especially when I used to actually have boob shame, where it was like, oh, I have to wear a bra at all times.
Yeah.
No, I just don't give a shit. It's like, if the nips are out, the nips are fucking out.
Yeah.
My nips are pointing out. That is true. I feel like it's
Yeah, but
harder to
women
notice
don't.
with a man, though.
I don't think ladies are gonna get super turned on by a dude's nips poking.
Also, your shirts tend to be thicker.
True, yeah. My friend has very prominent nips. Yeah, I've known some girls who are nipping through like thick layers of bra, which is just like, how? Are they made of steel? Are they steel tipped?
Dude, sometimes it gets fucking cold. Like, it gets cold. No, it doesn't even have to be massive nips. Also, yeah, nipple piercings are a thing. So they could be.
No, that's
what
true
it is.
too.
I
Yeah.
kind of want to get them, but also, like, I am terrified of a needle being anywhere near there.
Yeah.
Which I feel like defeats
it also,
the purpose.
It can
Last Thursday.
Reduce
about last
sensitivity by a great deal.
It can reduce,
don't
increase, or not change it. So it's just like,
Right.
it's the same as anything.
I came to your house.
You must have dreamt it.
See, you could usually tell when the pokey bit is a ring or
Why
not.
are you denying it?
Not
You
necessarily.
actually believe you came to my
No,
house?
not always, but you usually can.
Because if it's
And you believe you spent the night with me?
if it's like it's not got giant balls on either end of the bar, or it's quite a close
Harry,
bar,
listen to me
like,
carefully.
you're not really gonna be able to tell.
You never came to my house. We never spent the night together.
Yeah,
It never
there you
was. I wouldn't lie to you. The worst thing I could do is to make you believe something didn't happen if it did.
He's suffering from
Please
lead poisoning
believe
or
me.
something. Well, he lives in an abandoned hotel, so
You
like
nod,
yeah, he's
but you still
probably
don't
like
believe me.
just ingesting asbestos.
Yeah, and they were on about like going to someone's grave or something, so someone obviously died.
Hmm.
Excuse me?
He's in the bath again.
So that is an American aircraft?
Thought that was rough for a second. I mean, this man is basically me, so yeah.
Now this man owns sweatpants that are gray, so which I don't know if he does. I find fucking apartment building buzzes the most obnoxious thing. Like, just give me a fucking doorbell.
Yeah.
I don't want it to buzz. I don't hear it buzzing half the fucking time.
FBI, may we come in?
Make it do the ding dong.
Come right in,
Report that,
FBI.
someone up from the top floor has been aiming a rifle at a passing plane.
The hotel's closed. I'm the only one here.
Well, where do you stay?
Upstairs.
Do you own a rifle?
No.
Can we see your room?
Not without a warrant.
I feel like this isn't real.
That's the answer. That's the right answer, by the way.
Yeah, never let cops in your house. Oh god.
Bless
sorry.
you.
Oh fuck. Tell you what, I also kind of like
Got a warrant, oinker? That's how you're supposed to answer. What?
the
Yeah.
guy with the black t-shirt with the sleeves just slightly rolled.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Oh,
cool.
God.
I like that.
Oh, the teddy bear's back.
I don't like that teddy bear. Oh, is the teddy bear gonna tell him to kill him?
Teddy is the sniper. Well, there's your rifle.
Did you aim this broomstick at the plane?
Is that a crime?
There's no law against playing with a broomstick, but it's a bad idea.
I wouldn't do it again if I were.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been told off for aiming a
Should we write 'em
broomstick
up?
before.
I think we look silly in a report. Let's just drop it.
Well, that was an easy FBI encounter.
Yeah, it's the easiest that's ever gone.
That, by the way, that if you let the police into your house, that will never be the result. They'll never go in and then be like, "Oh yeah, it seems like nothing's wrong. We'll just get out of here." He's gotta stop resisting.
Oh my god. Shit. I love whatever boss fight
Cut him
this
off,
is.
grab him.
I think that guy ate it at the end there.
Why are those bars wiggly?
I don't know. No wiggle bars.
God, this came out the same year as, well, year after fucking Star Wars. Wait, no, that was the other movie.
Yeah, that was the other one.
Oh, right.
This came out several years after Star Wars.
Oh, it's even worse.
I've come to the conclusion that this man is not okay. I think
Yeah.
you might be right. I do kind of like that the whole plot of this movie is just this man's delusions.
Yeah.
Like, nothing else is really happening besides his hallucinations.
No, the whole beginning was just like, this movie's all about this coffee shop.
Yeah.
We've not seen the coffee shop.
As far as his lighting, actually, the whole movie's been very competent. I mean, everybody's got shaky motivations and character things.
That man's so strong.
He is very strong. Oh.
He's hitting himself.
Fucking got him, dude.
I don't like that bear. That bear's a bad influence.
Oh, dude. Hold up. I just realized something. Has the brother interacted with any other character?
Where do you think a teddy bear's gonna help you?
No.
Huh? What?
I don't think so either. I don't. The brother
Wait.
probably doesn't even exist.
Wait, he's unzipping the back of the bear's head and it has a gun in it.
This is like Videodrome.
Hello, boys. You're going to die. Now that we're all here, you're all going to die.
I suppose the ex-wife did get called and not his brother at the mental hospital.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's
All
what
that's left is
alerted
to
me to
pronounce
that.
Judgment. I never got a chance. Silence.
Maybe the grave and they couldn't go to it because it was his brother's?
Maybe, yeah. movie's actually kind of good. It is. It's really not bad.
Why is he eating the bullet?
I don't know.
That gun is so long.
He's becoming the gun.
The other guy just looks like so non-pulse. He's just like, yeah, go and shoot him.
Praise the new flesh.
Verdict, Your Honor.
Guilty.
Oh my god!
Oh, dude, that got a little Clockwork Orange there for a second.
Guilty. Oh, nice, Brady. Congratulations on the new apartment.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
Lucky.
Whoever made a movie like this, that's true. Do you spin it every time?
I don't think so.
Verdict, Your Honor.
I suppose Russian roulette probably has a lot of.
Guilty? Guilty? Nothing!
Yeah, I was gonna say. I imagine Russian roulette has its own version of house rules.
Hanamuno Russian roulette.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, me too.
Yeah. That's why you never go beating people up with a, full bladder.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it is Danganronpa, you're right.
Wait, so these guys are real? Almost certainly not.
Not guilty.
Oh.
Oh.
Not guilty. Are you sure, Teddy?
Not guilty.
Yeah, it is very. It's like weird Stallone.
It's just giving him a face massage.
Oh shit. He would have got shot in the head.
He is not bothered by any of this.
Yeah. Is Stallone himself weird Stallone already? I mean, basically, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I want to play some pool. I love playing pool.
It is a good time. After the movie, I get
tell you, the guy's nuts.
Amazon gray
Play
sweatpants.
Russian roulette on us.
You had no right to be there.
The guy's a
Oh,
weirdo. It ain't safe to walk the streets with this guy loose. Pigs give us a bad time. That faggot!
You ruined my best pair of jeans.
Yeah, well, you still stink. Go take a shower.
Well, is he just walking around in his piss-soaked jeans?
He's a dead man.
Very rude of that man. Highly offensive.
Who is it?
Harry.
That is weird that we got a cutaway from those characters. Or to those characters.
Yeah, maybe they are real?
I don't think so.
Maybe one of them is?
Right off. Is this for
Could
real?
be.
This is for real, Harry.
You're not gonna throw me out?
No, I'm not going to throw you out.
And I'm not disturbing you.
No, I couldn't sleep. Sit down.
No, this is most certainly not real,
Make yourself
Harry.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Can I get you something to drink?
Oh, no thanks.
Don't you find that's a little odd for you to come here at this hour?
No, I don't pay any attention to time.
Oh! Fucking
Okay.
Dr. Manhattan.
Do you mind if I just sort of stay here until morning?
No, you can sleep on the couch. I'll get you a pillow and blanket.
What? Oh, okay. She was saying no, she doesn't mind. I get it. That was
Yeah, no.
confusing.
No, make him leave.
Yeah. Why does this lady live in the Parthenon?
She's a psychiatrist. She makes a lot.
Harry,
I should be going.
Harry, your bedding is on the couch.
Why bother?
She said
I wanna
boomer
be
houses were cheaper
friends.
back then. I mean,
Look.
true.
I forgot to have dinner tonight. How about you?
How about you? Is she gonna eat him?
Oh, I hope so.
Hell, I could always eat. What do you got in the fridge?
Let's see what we have in here.
Why is the kitchen the smallest
Oh
room in
my
the house?
Yeah, but that fridge is
Tell you what, I'll put
enormous.
the coffee on.
Yo, I think it was like something like Kim Kardashian's fridge or pantry or whatever was trending. It's ridiculous.
I've never been to a
Oh,
dance.
that's sad because they don't even get.
Well, you know,
See,
my
that's the
wife
thing
and I
about
used to
rich
be,
people
pretty
is that
fair
rich
dancers.
people's stuff is wasted
what.
on rich people. They don't
Yeah.
use it.
I'll take you dancing.
I think it has a frozen yoga maker or something in it.
That's for good
Look
luck,
what
Harry.
you've done.
Here's one for me.
Lady, you're in bare fucking feet.
You are one hell of a sweet duck.
A sweet duck?
A hell of a sweet duck.
I want someone to call me a hell of a sweet duck one day.
Hey, Harry. How you been?
Jake, I need my job back.
I don't know. You know, I almost got canned. You cost us our best account. We lost a whole fleet of trucks because of you.
Hell, Jake, you know I'm the best mechanic in this garage.
Well, you were.
I gotta go back to work. Jake, I'm begging you.
Look, I don't own this joint. I'm only the manager. How am I gonna explain it to the boss?
Don't tell him until I make good.
Murderers, motivations on massacre. This time this is the worst
No.
mass shooting until 1991.
I
Oh
just
wow.
can't take that chance.
Jake, take me back. Or something bad is gonna happen.
Now, what are you gonna do? Burn this joint down?
Might. Give me a
Well,
break.
I have something.
That certainly would make me not want to rehire him.
I hate to see a man beg.
Especially one that's just threatened arson
Look,
against my establishment.
Pretty slow in the repair department.
Oh yeah, I saw that earlier.
He's running
Well,
with
you
the
used to be pretty
parrots.
good in the paint shop.
I'll do anything you say. I swear I will.
Hey, Fred! Set Harry up in the paint shop. Okay,
Yeah,
Jake.
I might set fire to your business. Please give me a job. Yeah. He's basically become mafia now.
Do you know what? Actually, at my old
Hey,
job,
Fred!
we had
Harry
fobs,
finished with that blue
or we
paint
had
job?
a code to get in the door.
Should be finished for now.
Someone got fired, and they had to change everything because it went round that the person did not take it well.
Oh.
Yeah, that was pretty creepy.
Yeah, that's very scary.
Red, white, and blue? Holy Moses, you... What is this?
She's a beauty, huh, Jake? Well, Fred told me to paint it straight blue, but I figured, hell, every car is blue, green, or black.
Oh my god, you can't. You just gotta listen to instruction. That's your job.
Fred? George? Why did I do it? I should have known better. When are you gonna learn, Jake? When are you gonna learn?
Oh my god, those bats are adorable. Oh my god, I love them.
I mean, you know, it isn't just paint. He can just go over.
Yeah, but also his one job was to listen, and he fucked it up again. And they're probably
Those
on a
are-
time schedule.
Those are adorable bats.
Right. Oh yeah, was it Fred and George? Was it the Weasley twins?
That looks like a Pokemon.
It does look like a Pokemon, honestly.
Like a specific Pokemon. Like I think one of the Pokemon is based on that specific type of bat I'm
I've met a
learning
girl.
now.
And for the first time in my life, I've got a chance.
Because there's one bat Pokemon that's got like a hog nose, and I was always like, what's that about?
I presume you're speaking of money, Mr. Curtis.
That's it, Sydney. I need a big chunk
Swoobat?
of dough.
I don't
Is it
have
Swoobat?
That's what I thought it
I
was.
know
Yeah,
that, but
Swoobat.
you've been around a long time. You must have had lots of opportunities. Just give me a tip and I'll take care of the rest.
I have seen opportunities to get rich quick, but they're always dangerous.
I'm willing to stake my life.
You recall my telling you about the 2 suicides from room 1327?
I saw the lady jump.
The other was a man, a jewelry salesman from New York. His name was Walter Burns. He came once a year.
Mr. Burns.
Carrying a suitcase full of uncut diamonds. He always
Oh, we
rented
just
the
watched
same
Uncut
suite,
Gems.
1327. He stayed for a week and sold from the room, never left the hotel. His last trip here, I met him in the lobby. I was the only one permitted to carry a suitcase. And that very night, he jumped to his death. The full suitcase of uncut diamonds has never been found.
Maybe someone stole it.
No.
Yeah, like Adam Sandler.
I carried it to his room, laid it on his bed. He tipped me, I left, and he bolted the door from the inside. He had no visitors that evening.
Ate them.
How can you be sure?
He always hired the house detective, Lou Kramer, to come sit in the corridor all night next to his door. Lou said that Mr. Burns was in his room alone till he jumped.
And the diamonds are still in the hotel.
They most certainly are.
Well, how come you never found them?
Well, I've looked. Everybody searched, but no one ever found where Mr. Burns hid them.
What good is that gonna do me?
You asked if I knew an opportunity to get rich quick.
We could look for them together. I'll split it with you, Sidney.
I've lost my taste for money, Mr. Curtis. But I'll give you a lead.
Please, I need something.
Mr. Burns still walks around this hotel.
You said he committed suicide.
Well, for a few of us, we can still make contact. And you're one of the few, Harry. Why don't you find Mr. Burns? Talk to him. He's kept his secret these many years. Maybe he'll confide in you.
Oh, how can I find this, Mr. Burns? I've never seen him around here.
I'd go to his room. 1327.
I've had some bad experiences in 1327.
You
Well,
said you
just
were
the one.
desperate. I warn you. It's a risky business.
Oh, you missed a great deal from the Since the Steak scene.
Yeah.
That show Monsters, which was marathon on Halloween? No, I don't think so. Is it just called Monsters? It's Mr. Burns.
What can I do for you, Harry?
Sidney the bellboy told me I could find you here.
Yes.
It's about your suitcase.
Sidney told you about my suitcase?
He said that they hadn't found it.
You're welcome to search for it, Harry.
What chance have I got if nobody else has found it? I need you to tell me where it is.
Why should I do that, Harry? Why? We're strangers.
I don't like
Burns,
this.
I'm in a
Very
bad
mocha.
way.
Yeah.
I'm so bad off, I have to turn to strangers. I'm beginning to feel like you felt the night that you jumped.
I didn't jump. I was pushed. The house detective, Lou Kramer, sneaked into my room in the middle of the night and pushed me out the window.
Oh, what a jerk.
But I fooled him. Yes, I fooled him. He never found the suitcase.
Where do you go when you've acquired diamonds? The local bank? I guess you gotta find a fence.
I love fences.
Yeah.
Where do I find this Kramer?
Have you noticed strange footsteps in the corridor? Coffee pots. Still brewing. In the kitchen. Lights left on.
Sell them on eBay.
Cigar butts. Still smoking. That's Kramer.
Oh, Fenris here!
Every night, he stands out in the street, watches your room till the lights go out. And then...
There it is. Thank you for the cheer 1000. Rain stick for you. Very generous.
I was wondering what was happening. I was like, shit, is Rob being pushed out a fucking window?
My suitcase. You want that suitcase, Harry? Kill him.
Kill him? Yeah, what the fuck is this movie? What did I want to watch? I don't know what I was expecting. I did not read the description for Bloody Wednesday.
I'm starting to suspect that we have maybe not met a single real character at this point.
Yeah.
Besides possibly the psychiatrist.
And her is only like in some instances. Some instances, it's definitely not her.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, there's one for sure that we know of. At least.
And possibly his boss, actually, yeah.
Well, see, I don't think his boss is real either, because remember the brother gets called. He never interacts with him, but he could be real too.
Who are you?
There's no child murder in this movie? Well, I'm disappointed.
I'm looking for a lost article.
Lost article.
Maybe?
I want the hat.
You never give up, do you?
Oh, it's Dick's!
I know it's still here somewhere.
That suitcase belongs to Walter Burns.
He's dead. It belongs to anyone finds it. Promised it to me. Dead men's promises are no good.
I might rewatch Star Trek Next Generation again.
I remember.
You should.
It only take me like 40 hours.
You murdered him.
Where'd you hear that?
Is that true?
Hey, mister, that was so long ago, that's ancient history.
You didn't answer my question.
He jumped! You can read it in the police report.
You filed that police report.
Why are you antagonizing this hallucinated ghost?
The suitcase was never found.
Oh, he's got teddy bear gun.
Belongs.
Oh, that's true.
Hey, if you're looking for a split, forget it. It's all mine.
Dude, I'd split diamonds with someone. Like, I'm gonna be rich either way. We'll fucking split him.
Shoot the ghost with your 9mm Beretta.
Why is he holding his hip this way? Oh, that's why. Wait, he shoved that the whole way down his pants.
So crazy, man.
Move. There's a pool 13 stories down. If you're lucky, you'll just break your neck.
See that?
Hey,
that's Clockwork Orange right there.
the diamonds are all yours. Just let me get the hell out of here. I promise.
It's just
I'll
like the
never come
very
back.
beginning, that
I give you
little
my word
chord
of honor.
progression.
I can hear a little bit of it, yeah.
Well.
Oh, his hat stayed. Oh, his hammer stayed for a little second there too. If he doesn't wear the hat now, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
A bargain's a bargain. It's all yours.
Well, a bargain is a bargain. It's snakes!
Dude, black market snakes probably worth quite a bit too.
That's a good point.
No.
Debate. Oh. It's too real.
Let's you and me take a walk.
You know something bad is gonna happen. You just don't know when. So sweat a little. Just like you made us sweat at the hotel. I could have wasted you right in the street.
How did
but I
they
didn't.
get a band big enough for
It's
his
more fun
arm?
bringing you here.
Yeah.
Like, can that go on and off, or is that just like stuck there?
Man, it's jacked as
What were you
fuck,
looking at in the
though,
window?
Right? That's why I'm
Machine
worried
gun.
it's stuck. How's he gonna get it over the muscle?
like to have it with you.
Oh, also fun fact, another thing that I found anecdotally is forearms.
Well, how you
Women are into
holding?
forearms.
Not particularly.
Show me your green.
There's nothing kind of about forearms that do it for me. Everyone's got them, you know. If I want forearms, I've got them. Ladies like blacksmiths? This is true. The goddamn Mandalorian blacksmith, I'm all over it.
That's all I got.
You know, part of the reason
What are you gonna do
that
with the
blacksmiths
machine
have big
gun?
bushy beards?
To keep their face from getting burned.
Sort of, is to keep
Now this
to
is the
limit
best
the smoke
persuader in the world.
inhalation and stuff.
Forget it. Guns are no good. You get caught with a gun,
Forearms?
you
How
wind
am
up
I
in a slammer
supposed to
for a
get
long
there?
stretch.
I only have two.
Even knives are bad. Even knives are bad. But with this baby right here, the pigs pick you up. You throw it in the gutter.
Yeah, I feel
DA's
like
got
that
no
is what
case.
men just say women are
Run
into is
armed.
forearms.
No. This was the same thing that I
He's a
found in the
fag.
same
We tried
threads
to
about the
proposition
gray
Wait,
sweat.
so people on the internet lie about, like, who they
Tried to
are?
send you walking with the
I mean, if we are to accept that they're lying about the forearms, then we should accept that they're lying about the gray sweatpants as
No,
well.
that's a
and
common
clearly
female
anecdotally. Yeah, the forearms are too.
No, they're
There's
not.
even
You still want
subreddits
that gun in the
of
window?
men's forearms. I'm not kidding.
Oh, I hate it.
You know why? Guess. You can't figure it out, so I'll spell it. There's a lot of
There
fat
is a gray
citizens in
sweatpants
this town
subreddit too? Yeah,
who think
alright.
they got it made with their gold chains and their Mercedes and their credit cards. I hate the bastards. Crumbs they throw you. $3.35 an
This
hour
guy wants to
minimum
eat
wage.
the rich.
Yeah.
Shit, man, I eat steak every night. It cost me $15. My body needs the protein. I'd starve to death on $3.35 an hour. So get a job, get an education, learn a skill, so they can pay you $4 an hour.
That is true. There is just a subreddit for everything.
$1,500.
There's one for dragons fucking cars.
That's earning power.
Oh yes.
And this
Why wasn't I following that?
persuader in the world.
I've been subscribed to that
You point a
subreddit for many
gun.
years.
Oh.
And some of them don't believe it's loaded. Use a knife. They want to fight.
There's also cars fucking dragons.
One
too.
smash in the mouth. With this, and they got a
Just be
$4,000
cool,
dentist
have a
bill.
big dick, and great for. See, I don't think that applies for any
Are
of
you
them.
reading me, man?
No one likes a man that's too tall.
I'm trying to educate you.
Unless
What the
you're a
hell are
very
you
tall
gonna do with
woman
a
as well.
machine
It's
gun?
just awkward.
Use.
You ever see Shaq next to his wife?
That makes me scared. That makes me afraid for her, like just with the size of his hands.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other thing too.
Wait, what is?
Butt sharpies.
Excuse me?
It's ladies putting sharpies in their buttholes.
That's dangerous.
Well, I don't think they put the felt side.
No,
in.
no, that doesn't matter. It's dangerous because it doesn't have like.
I'm your wife.
You know, like on any toy that is meant for the butt, it will have like a thing so it can't get sucked in.
He gave me
Yeah.
a key.
That's dangerous.
He asked me to look after you.
Yeah, well, you walked out on me. I can take care of myself.
You never could take care of
Yeah, it
yourself.
doesn't have flared base.
I
That's the
sure
word
can't
I'm
take
looking
care
for.
of you.
You have free rent here. My lease was up. I'll stay here till we find another place.
Don't open that.
Why not?
Don't.
Wait, was he stealing
Decided
clothes?
we'll make a fresh start, Harry.
They put like 20 of them in so they're fine? Oh, that makes me so afraid.
You want to go back to the nut house?
You can't take me back.
Oh, no? You're out on probation in your brother's custody. Then transfer that custody to me.
Ben wouldn't do that.
He did. Do you want to see the papers?
Yeah, this is his
If you
supposed
want to
ex-wife.
stay out, you better behave yourself.
If it slips in,
Rather
you
be
just
back
poop
in
it
there for the
out. I
rest of
wish
my
that's how
life.
it worked.
Back with you.
You once said you loved me. That you couldn't live without me. What's changed you, Harry?
Well, you're
Who
a
is she?
fucking jerk.
Who is she? Who is she?
That might have affected it.
Just someone I met.
You mean someone you picked up?
She wasn't a pickup.
No. Were you properly introduced?
Make
make everything sound so dirty.
Why is
Have
the
you
butt
slept with
sucking
her?
things in? Because it's a muscle that clenches that way.
Never even kissed
Yeah, you never heard of the butt lungs?
Yeah, it's butt lungs.
Are you in love with her?
God, I'm so glad shoulder pads died,
Forget it.
and it kind of upset me that they
You're
came
never
back
going
slightly.
to see her again.
Yeah.
You can't stop.
Yeah, I was never into the shoulder pads thing.
I can stop her.
If
She's
you were,
supposed to
I'd
be
question our relationship.
I can sue her for seducing my husband.
You are a bitch.
I mean,
wow,
If I am,
she is being a
you
bitch
made
right
the
now, but if
That's
your
right, just say we're no
psychotic
good for each other.
ex-husband, or soon-to-be ex-husband,
know
was like,
bundle
yeah,
of
no, I'm
joy.
into my
have
psychiatrist,
a
she's
good
really
time.
special, I'd be like, alright, I'm throwing the
He
fucking
did, I
calls.
don't remember.
You want to be with this hustler.
Why are you doing this to me?
Did it ever occur to you that maybe I had some feelings left? I loved you once. I married you. Doesn't that mean anything to you, Harry?
Lots happened since you left. I'm not the same person I used to be.
Yes, he's schizophrenic now.
That's the same to me.
No. Believe me, I'm not.
Chat, close your eyes.
Chat, get on in here.
Hustler. She's poisoned your mind against me.
Excuse
Hardly
me?
even discussed you with her.
Chad, I better not catch you looking.
You can't stop me.
You want to see her again?
Why did you drop that on him?
You're finished with her. You hear me? Shh. You hear me?
You know, I never really understood that myself. Because I'm into that too, like legs. But like, why?
I like legs too.
Yeah. But I don't get why.
I don't know why she's taking the whole
You're
suspender
never
thing
going
off.
to
If
see
you're wearing that, that's kind of to keep on, isn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose actually back then they were just used practically rather than for anything else.
When's the last time you were with a woman?
Get your stank socks off me.
I like legs, but why?
Why are you into anything? I mean, that's a fair point.
Why don't you shave?
Oh. I think I understand the implication there.
Young, you're healthy. You're a skilled mechanic. Skilled mechanics earn a living. You get a new apartment and a new car. Live like real people. If you want to stay
I don't
out
think
of the nut
this is
house
the
to
70s.
work
I don't
on
think she's
and
telling him
prove
to shave
you're
his
still
dick.
a solid citizen.
Yeah.
Why don't you shave? I don't want to feel your beard in bed.
There you go.
Look, I got this doctor's private phone number. You're going to call her in my presence and tell her to get lost. Tell her if she tries to see you or even call you again, I'll ruin her. Are you listening to me, Harry? Harry, will you undo my strap? Harry?
Oh, yeah.
Harry!
That man filled up fucking quick. There's always a reason to kill your girlfriend.
Okay, so I'm now suspecting that the wife and psychiatrist are real.
Yeah. And maybe the brother, because she mentioned the brother as well.
Made her die horny.
This is just that foreplay. She's part of the hotel now.
That's true. He really didn't want to shave.
She was calling him Harry the whole time. That's why she wanted him to shave. Pirates of the Caribbean. It's terrible and I love it, but I just love pirate things.
That was a fun shot. Music's great in this.
It's been a terrible day, Daddy.
Maybe tomorrow will be better.
Tomorrow? Only rich people have tomorrows.
Doesn't anybody care what happens to us?
I doubt if anyone knows we're alive. All I know is that we have to stay here.
Harry? It's Ben, open up! Who's here?
I'm alone.
I heard you talking to somebody.
People talk to themselves, dude.
I heard another voice answering you.
Wait. He heard the
Oh.
Teddy answering? Is the Teddy just a fucking demon?
What's that doing?
It's Teddy. Teddy's been with me a long time, Ben. Don't you remember?
You were talking to him, weren't you?
Yeah.
I suppose he talks back to you.
Sometimes.
You know teddy bears can't talk.
No.
So how can you carry on a conversation with him?
Very
How long have you been doing this?
judgmental right now.
Since I was
Yeah,
a
I'm
kid.
kind of feeling personally attacked.
That's why you kept him.
Teddy and I have been through a lot, Ben. You know, he's more of a friend to me than you are.
That's gratitude. That's the thanks I get for taking care of you?
Well, you leave him in an abandoned hotel to live, you dick.
Yeah. Not just like on
I
your
got bad
fucking
news, Barry.
couch.
They sold the hotel. Our wrecking crew's coming to tear it down. You'll have to move.
Move? Where am I gonna move?
You'll have to find another place.
Where?
I don't know. Harry, you gotta shape up. I don't know how much longer I can help you. Look, I'm in a mess. I played the market and I guessed wrong. I'm broke. Ann finds out she's gonna throw me out.
Sorry for your troubles, Ben.
Sometimes I wonder whether it's worth it. You struggle and sweat to pile up a few bucks for your old age, you end up busted. I feel 100 years old. No, it's not you. The whole system's falling apart.
And now that guy's voting
Not
so
you
that he
people,
doesn't have
50
any
small
more retirement
corporations.
savings.
They're all in hot water. Even the banks are in a mess. They audit them right now, most of them at close up.
I can go to Canada, Ben.
Canada? Takes 10 years for a foreigner to get a work permit in Canada.
Well, how about Africa or Australia?
Seem like widely disparate locations.
Yeah.
You never have been. You can't cope. Look, if you're older, I can get you in a home, but right now you don't qualify.
There's gotta be some place for me.
We should have had this talk years ago. I keep sweeping it under the rug.
Oh, I could wash dishes.
They don't need dishwashers anymore. Fast food places use paper plates and throw them away.
I could fry hamburgers.
They only hire high school kids.
I'm not proud, Ben. If I have to, I'll beg.
Stop it.
You need a license to beg. You gotta be a cripple to get a license.
Ben, make me a cripple.
That's crazy talk.
Did he just say make me a cripple?
Yeah.
Said I wasn't right.
Well, I didn't mean that way.
It is relatively common here, to be honest.
Jesus.
Yep.
Elaine, come by.
That's how you get by in capitalism. Throw yourself in front of a bus. Nope.
So glad you want me to move that with you.
No.
Thanks, Rob.
Oh, your country's
I
just
called
as
her.
capitalist as mine.
I still have free
Told her
healthcare
about my
right now.
She wants to come back to you.
You shouldn't have done that.
I had to. Who else you got?
Don't go in there.
I gotta take a...
Don't!
Elaine wants you back. I guess she found out that life's not so rosy for a divorcee. Look, I know you don't want her back, but she might be good for you right now. Be nice to her and you'll get along. You know, you don't have to love her to be nice to her. I haven't loved my wife for years.
I'd be lost without her.
You got no choice, right?
So the wife's not real? Or he imagined that she wanted to fuck him and then...
Or neither
Still your
are.
big brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think it's entirely possible that we have not met a single real character yet.
Don't forget that, Harry.
So confused. Also, I can't wait for that random guy on this YouTube channel to pop up again. Like, I'm just waiting for it.
Let's get back to the movie.
Don't look, Chet, that's a woman. So we didn't see that. That wasn't there while he was there.
Holes in my socks all the time, so I'd always get blisters. I could never walk right. I thought when I grew up that it would all go away, it would change.
Was that recording about some dude with blisters so he couldn't walk right?
Come in here. I was worried you weren't coming this evening.
The hotel's being torn down. I have to get out tomorrow.
Does your brother know?
He's the one that told me. He's in big trouble himself. It's good to see you, Doc.
Come on, Harry. Sit down.
Who is real? Is the bear real? He could be. I mean, I suppose it is possible that this has a supernatural element to it.
Do you hear it?
I still think the bear is a demon, yeah.
There's always a drum beating out there.
He's the master.
Sometimes louder, sometimes softer. Always beating.
Since when have you heard this drum, Harry?
I don't remember when it started. You don't hear it. Do you, Doc?
Why does she only answer the door in, like, her dressing gown? Like...
Where will you live, Harry?
Like, I do it, but I'm a streamer. That's kind of how... It goes with the profession.
They won't bother you there for a couple of days.
I've been reviewing your tapes. I understand. I want to help you. But you have to show me how. You won't let me inside you.
Excuse me?
You could see inside mine.
Why won't you let me peg you?
You'd run.
If you sign yourself in the hospital, I can see you every day.
No, they'll never let me out.
Where are you going, Harry?
I got things to pack up at the hotel.
Please, stay a while.
And listen.
No. I've overstayed my welcome.
The only real person in the movie is the Sylvester Stallone.
Alright, my dude.
I can't play. Never could.
Alright, so the other time that he was over here wasn't real, I guess. What happened the other time?
Yeah, and she has tapes of him now. Maybe that's what it is. He's like talking about some traumatic shit and she's recording and he's just
I've just seen Harry
blanking it.
He needs to be readmitted.
I'm afraid that's impossible, Doctor.
I tell you, we must act immediately.
Why can't you continue treating him as an outpatient?
He's at the breaking point.
He has no police record of violence. The only thing he was admitted here for is indecent exposure. Surely that's not an indication of violent tendencies.
Something must be done now.
The Supreme Court of this state has ruled that no one can commit anyone without their consent unless they are apprehended in the commission of a felony.
Isn't there some way you can get him to sign himself in?
He won't do that.
You have no authority to judge anyone, Doctor. This hospital could be sued for false arrest.
Then you'll do nothing?
My hands are tied.
Oh, I have a twitch right above my lip, and it's really weird. Oh, I hate it.
Somebody help me. Somebody help me. Help me. Help.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it speaks to me on an emotional level.
Yeah. No, that's big mood.
Yeah. Excuse me?
That's that Uzi he was looking at in the store window.
Lose it?
I can't stop hearing, like, it's Clockwork Orange, that theme right there.
I didn't really like Clockwork Orange that much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a fan, but it's definitely not my favorite Kubrick movie.
Which one of the ones did we watch? Space Odyssey, and what was the other one?
The Shining.
I like The Shining.
Yeah, The Shining's really good.
Harry?
Mike Rose, personal music.
I'm a Dr. Strangelove man myself. I haven't watched that one yet.
Yeah, we can watch that. Good movie.
I want to watch the rest of the Star Trek movies first.
Yeah.
Because I hate myself.
Harry? Harry?
Yeah, that's not good.
Teddy's been doing some shit.
Well, this is definitely a good example of why a man like that should not be able to buy a firearm.
Yeah. First Contact was kind of eh.
I need to speak to
But
someone
it's
in
just
charge
they don't
here.
feel like Star Trek.
Western Division,
Yeah,
Sergeant
they're just
Gregory.
I want to report a dangerous man. Who's in charge?
I am. Here, fill out this
The next
form
two
and
are
make sure you
really
sign
bad.
it.
I don't want to file a complaint. This man needs help.
Can't help you, lady, till you fill out this paper.
This man is dangerous. I know. I'm a doctor.
Lady, if he's beating up on you, come down here and file a complaint. No, I can't send
Just
anyone.
say,
The cars are all out on
lady, if
duty.
he's beating up on you, just file a complaint.
Oh, lady, we don't look for lost dogs. Try the Humane Society.
He has a room.
No, I don't have the number.
He has a room full of guns.
Maybe he's got permits.
He's armed and he's walking the streets.
He's beating up on you. How could you be talking on the telephone?
You have to act now or something terrible is going to happen.
I can't process this complaint until you fill out this paper. Western Division, Sergeant Gregory. Who broke your windows? You don't know.
This is so accurate to real life.
Anyone outside? How long?
This was
How
made,
do
what,
I know? The cars
40
are
years
all out
ago?
on duty.
Harry?
Harry!
You're a wizard, Harry.
If the brother is real, he is a major part of this problem.
Oh, yeah.
He put his mentally challenged brother in an abandoned hotel.
Where people have committed suicide.
Yeah.
And he put him in that room. Assuming those stories are real anyway.
Yeah. See, this is what it was like before we had cell phones, Chad. We had to make dust messages to each other.
I wish it was back to those days. Oh wait, part of America wants that again.
Yeah. Call me Ben. How about Benjamin?
What about Benny?
Isn't Betty a woman's name?
I said Benny, but I suppose Betty could be.
Yeah. Dark clothes are blue.
Let's say no one's noticed. You have to wait for someone to notice and scream before it's going to do it. I want to know how these people are still carrying food after hearing the screaming.
This is peak America.
Yeah, how many fucking bullets does this man have?
Oh, now he needs to reload.
Props to that man for trying.
It's a good effort.
of amounts of people climbing into this restaurant.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we've seen that one died like twice already. Okay, third shooting scene, okay. It's definitely what we need.
Is that how the actual event happened? Because yeah, I was gonna say, like, if the solution is
Good guy with a
guy
gun.
with a gun.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Of
Yeah.
course not.
Of course it isn't. But American media, we needed to make sure the good guy had a gun.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta say, good guy with a gun probably could have pulled that shit out a little bit sooner.
Yeah, you know when the gunfire started. That's it?
Right. Yeah, I got dark as fuck at the end.
Yeah, they go dark as fuck after the movie is just kind of, ooh, this man's a little crazy, but how crazy is he? Like, what the fuck? They made this movie about a real life thing, and this is how they handled it?
Well, I mean, I don't know. That was a pretty intense way to show that, I guess.
Yeah, but like, was there, like, is it a known fact that the things he was experiencing were something this guy suffered from? Like,
No, they from what people were telling me is like people were just kind of searching for a reason why someone would do something like this. Because it was the apparently what this is based on is the worst mass shooting until Columbine.
Jesus.
Yeah. Or maybe had a more personal ending related to your character instead of this. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Ever got more of a catharsis, more of a conclusion as to like what was actually happening. Damn, it was dark as hell at the end there. My lord.
I miss the snakes and Demon Teddy. I miss Demon Teddy a lot. Demon Teddy at least brought me a little joy.
Yeah. Yeesh. Yeah, he was killed by a sniper in real life. Yeah, I mean, that's how it is. Probably the 58th deadliest shooting in U.S. history. Well, yes, now. Remember, this was in the 80s. Ish.
I mean, people have a morbid curiosity when it comes to these kind of things, which is why they make money.
True, and I don't think it's necessarily. It's not. I don't. It's not wrong to talk about these things. In fact, talking about them is how we solve. Anything. So I mean, making art about it is not bad. In fact, I would argue that it's a good thing. you know. Yeesh. It's still wow. It's
Is
still
it still the
8th?
8th? Apparently, he killed
Wow.
21 people.
Jesus Christ. Ugh. Yeesh. Well, I mean, the movie itself was, I thought, pretty decent, all things considered.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do just miss him having a snake on his fucking dick. That was a lot
Yeah,
less depressing.
Teddy was all right. You know, he was pretty cool. I could go back to Teddy.
I miss Teddy.
Yeah, it's definitely up there, like out of movie night movies for sure.
Mhm.
Like, I think it did a pretty good job. I would have liked I would have preferred a better catharsis there at the end, because I still don't know who was real or who wasn't. I mean, I think
Yeah.
the brother was. The wife either wasn't or
She was real, maybe, but that wasn't her kind of thing.
right. Yeah, like he hallucinated murdering her. Probably. I think the
Yeah.
doctor was real.
Yeah, doctor seemed real. Was there actually a doctor that reported this man? That's what I'm kind of interested in.
Yeah, I don't know. I never started basically in the 90s. If I had to guess, I'd say that well, they didn't start then, firstly, but if I had to guess why it has been an escalating issue, is mass communication.
Yeah.
Because people now get to you know, they get to have internet fame from being evil. So that wasn't possible beforehand, at least not to the degree that it is now.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
a
in
way
the-
to guarantee everyone's talking about your name.
Mm-hmm. I mean, years ago, remember, you know, you had serial killers over the past, you know, several decades before mass communication, and they would do similar things, right? I mean, they would be writing letters to the police, writing letters to the papers, you know, taking credit for different murders and stuff. You know, it seems to go with the mind of a person who's ready to take life in such a way.
Wait, my mic's crackly?
Yes, it has been for a little bit.
Why the fuck didn't you tell me, you piece of shit?
Well, it was only like 5 minutes.
Oh.
But it sounds like it's a you have like a Netflix open kind of thing.
I don't.
Hmm.
God, I've had no problems with this mic all fucking week, and now, really?
And a real thing, we went to a mental health clinic. They said they'd call him back in a few hours, but they never did. Ah. Yeah.
Hang on, I can hear myself.
Then
Hello.
He never. Oh, hello.
Less crackly?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, and they never brought him in for anything, because it's just domestic violence. He's just slapping around his wife.
Ah, you know, she should just file a report.
Yeesh. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, it's a way to exactly. Yeah, that's what would be my
That's why the whole thing...
uneducated guess.
Well, a lot of psychologists and stuff have been saying that that's a thing now, and that's why they're calling for media not to spread the name of any, you know, someone that's caused a tragedy, you know?
Yeah, they should, but you know, keep in mind these are for-profit media organizations. They know they make a lot of money on mass shootings, so of course they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
They're definitely not going to, and they never will unless we change the laws.
Crackle is back.
Yeah, it was for a moment.
Oh dear. See, I can't hear it.
Hmm. Well, yeah, I don't think. Keep talking.
Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello. Hello.
Very, very slight.
What the fuck?
It's like almost non-existent. No, but like it. I only heard a slight crackle at the end of sentences.
That's annoying as shit.
Yeah. This didn't look like a dude that wanted to become famous. Well, yeah, but I mean, this was in the 80s, and also a movie. but you know,
Can
if we're
we-
talking about this guy.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Can we just do an Echoes Jest stream? It's kind of divine. Yes. We can.
I guess we're seeing an amendment pass a law like that, surely. Well, no. It's just we have to make media organizations not for-profit organizations anymore, which is what they are, and they, you know, there were a couple of things actually happened. Funnily enough, in this same time period, they removed the Fairness Doctrine, which allowed basically radio personalities to do a bunch of stupid shit in the veil under the veil of news. They also there was another bill that was removed that was also regulating the media. Basically, since the Bill Clinton era, HW era, the news has become for-profit entertainment.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's
and
what
therefore,
we need.
yeah, and the things that sell papers are negative news, murder, violence, blood. That sells papers, and because they're driven by profit, of course they prioritize those stories and make them a big fucking deal. You know, whenever we go, whenever there's a mass shooting, you know, it's fucking 24/7 coverage.
Yeah,
for a couple of days.
24/7 coverage, like live. There's never they just pump you full of ads at the same time.
Talk to him, talk to his friends, ask him how they felt about it, all this stuff.
You know, go walk up to as many traumatized children as they fucking can, with the consent of the parents that'll let them talk.
It's
You know,
not
because
doing
that's
any-
fun.
Well, yes, I mean, unless you're suggesting that Bill Clinton is a new president, then yes, I agree. It is not new. It is the majority of my life. It's been like that, and it is bad. It's a very bad thing, if you ask me.
Yeah, you know, you have a point there, Luke. Journalism is still really good. Like, this is the best journalism has ever been able to be because we have
Can be.
access to
Yeah.
everything. But the news medias that are pumping it out to people, those are the
Yeah, I
ones
mean, you
causing
still
shit.
have journalists. You still have people who care about you know, providing real stories, who care about journalism, who are passionate about their jobs. But you know, those people
Don't make
only
money.
have the options. Yeah, the only option that they have is to go to you know, these corporate controlled media networks, or make no money, run a blog site. You know, and then the other thing is, on top of that, another thing that's happening at these media corporations is that they're basically edging out all of the poor people. So you can't really be poor and be a journalist anymore. I mean, you can, obviously. There's always exceptions to the rule, and this isn't even necessarily, I'm not even necessarily backing this up with statistical data, but at the very least, you know, if you try to get a job at MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, something like that, and you're right out of school, what do you got to do? You got to go be an unpaid intern for several years. So who does that squeeze out? Squeezes out all the people that don't have the expendable income or the expendable income of their parents to be able to support themselves, not making any money and working 40, 50 hours a week trying to get a job.
Mm-hmm.
Pushes all the poor out.
Meet the rich.
I agree.
Am I still crackly or am I good?
You're a little crackly.
What the fuck, Discord? Fuck you.
Yeah.
It's like my connection on Reddit. My connection is green.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
Corporate trusted vetted journalism died for corporate sensationalism. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, again, it's basically it's the profit motive. That's the problem. That's the main problem. I mean, if the news doesn't need to be entertaining, it just needs to be the news. I just need to know what's happening in the world, in my local community. I don't need to be stuck to the screen so that I wait until the ad break to find out what type of pee is going to kill me after the break. You know, it's just, it's all designed in a way to keep you there, and it shouldn't. It doesn't need to have, you know, a monetary incentive for the news. It's the news, you know. And the rest is journal studies work too. Well, yeah, to some degree, I suppose. But I mean, if you're saying that other countries have had similar issues with a co-opted press, then yes, that's also true.
It's everywhere.
I'm not. You know, if your suggestion is then who cares, then I disagree. That's the one thing, is that you seem to keep pointing it out as if it's supposed to be common and normal and therefore whatever, but like I don't feel the same way at all. Like I in any way. Just because something is the way it is doesn't mean that it should stay the way it is.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things that are the way they are that need to be changed, and there's a lot of things that used to be the way they are and they got changed and we're better off for it. So, you know, would you rate the movie? I don't know. On a movie night scale, I'd give it a solid like 7, maybe.
I was gonna give it a 5.
Yeah. On a real movie scale, probably around like a 4, maybe a 3.
Yeah, on a real movie scale, I'm gonna like give it a 2 because the ending completely ruined the tone of the whole movie. It just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch Wall Street Journal. I mean, here's the thing, right? Like all of these, like I'm not suggesting, by the way, that you don't trust any news media. I'm not suggesting that. In fact, most of the time, most of these major corporate newspapers news organizations that I'm talking about, most of the time they are just straight up telling the truth. I mean, they're usually not lying. They can and often do or are dishonest by omission. That's true. But for the most part, they're not lying. Really, the thing, if you want to get a full breadth of what's actually happening, what you actually have to do is just read from multiple sources on the same thing. And just kind of cross-reference and kind of come to a conclusion as to what probably happened. It's really the only way. That's so, you know, that's the thing, is that I'm not saying that they're, you know, that they're outright, you know, lying to you.
Yeah, I'm not telling you that they're telling us the sky is purple, like.
Right. Yeah. For the most part, they're not. You know, and most of them still, you know, abide by journalistic integrity in that they'll print retractions, but. Still. Trade source is not based in the U.S. for starters. Yeah, that can be helpful, but also it can be hurtful too, because like in America, for instance, we have a particular news organization that pushes a lot of divisive bullshit, and a lot of people believe it. And it's called the RT. Now the thing is, people post these stories, and they often are stories about how well there was no collusion. There was no, that's silly, that's crazy. I mean, listen, look what Volinsky said. He said this right here. Check out this story. Except the thing is, RT stands for Russia Today. And it turns out that Russia Today is actually just a state-run propaganda network that for some reason airs in American airwaves. So, you know, it's like there's a lot of problems. There are a lot of problems. They all really need to be solved. But you know, we're screaming at me about interdimensional vampires. Yeah.
WSJ is proven to be trustworthy. How do you prove someone's trustworthy? You can't do it.
Yeah, I mean, and also it's like that's like when the police investigate themselves and they find themselves guilty of no crime. You know, it's like, well, sure, yeah, I mean. Gotcha, but honestly, like, what my feeling is just this: if you want the full story, you gotta do the work, and you gotta read multiple sources.
Yeah,
it's just the only way. And does that mean that that you have to do that to like I'm saying every human being on Earth needs to do that, or all of you need to do that? No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you know. That if you do want the full story on things, that's kind of the only way that you can get it, if you ask me.
There's a website that is reasonably decent at informing on the trustworthiness of various news sources. Yeah, but then you gotta see what their algorithm is, if they do it by person to person, what their own bias is, like, you know.
Right, yeah. And similar to that, you should use multiple sources on that front too, right? It is another thing, but media bias fact check. I think I've seen this before. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So here's the thing. I think I remember this. I think I remember looking this one up. Hold on. Media bias fact check wiki. Okay. And the site is run by founder and editor Dave Van Zandt. Well, let's take a look at Dave Van Zandt. And Dave Van Zandt is currently president of the New School in New York. Oh,
that's pretty cool.
He was the Pritzker School of Law, taught courses in international finance, markets, business association, property, practical researches in business law, law and legal realism. All right, so not so great so far, I'm thinking. But let's see. Princeton, yeah, then Yale. Okay, so PhD, economics, political science. That's pretty scary. He clerked for the Supreme Court. Yeah, that's Northwestern facility, 8th president of the New School of New York City. He's the treasurer of the American Bar Association. He's a member of the Council on Foreign Relations. Yeah, that's I don't know. That there's a lot of conflicts of interest there going on. But I mean, that doesn't mean anything necessarily yet. But again, I mean, if I wanted to keep looking, I'd have to keep looking into this man and looking into more of the story and looking into more of the website. Look, the thing is, if you want to find credible stuff, it takes work, right? But you know, it can be done. But you know, if you give the platform to left-wing thinkers, well, yeah, but then you got to remember that it's one of those things, right? Like, so, like, for instance, there's another publication called The Hill. They run a lot of positive Bernie stories, and they have a really positive Bernie, like pro-Bernie person on there named Crystal Ball, who a lot of people in the progressive movement are fans of, and a lot of people in the DSA are fans of as well. Problem is that The Hill is sort of a conservative think tank, which is a little bit spooky, and it makes me question their motives as to why they're pushing certain things. And, you know, again, like I said, it's just one of those things where it doesn't even necessarily mean that they're telling lies. They don't have to. Even RT doesn't even necessarily have to tell lies. Oftentimes, the way that they manufacture consent is subtle. It's little things that they do. You know, here, for instance, this is something that happens with Bernie. Like the past couple of weeks, you know, we were hearing about, Biden's in the lead in Iowa, Biden is winning here, Biden's winning there, and everybody was within 1 point or 2 points of Biden, including Bernie, and but Biden's in the lead. And yet now some new polls, the Gold Standard poll just came out putting Bernie in the lead in Iowa, and CNN had a big yellow graphic that took up, like, you know, maybe a quarter of the screen that says "No clear leader" in all caps now that Bernie's leading by a couple of points.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Incredible.
What's the best option besides the Wall Street Journal? I mean, I could give you some that I scroll through, but, you know, again, the thing is with modern journalism and with the different places that I would be offering, they're gonna have a significant bias. So, like, you know, like a couple, you know, Truth Out, Truth Dig, both are pretty good. I find they have some interesting shit going on with them a lot of the time. Actually, I was honestly, one of the things that I started doing was just looking up what Noam Chomsky recommends, because if there's anybody who knows how the fucking media works, it's Noam Chomsky.
Honestly, if you want to look quickly though, and you only have 15 minutes, is always like going through Reddit in reading multiple articles on the same thing, because they'll all be next to each other because they'll all come out around the same time.
Yes, aggregates are actually pretty good for that. But I mean, again, you have to keep in mind that Reddit is very significantly astroturfed, and it is also like very, very significantly manipulated, both internally and externally. So, you know, again, there's nowhere that you can truly trust 100%, which then again forces you into the logical conclusion that, okay, well then I need to decide for myself from multiple sources. It's kind of the only way. Noam Chomsky. Clinton 17 lies, Trump's 147, so not lying. Actually, that's another great example. That's manufacturing consent there, you know, right there is this like faux middle ground, this fake this alternative reality in which lies and facts are held in equal measure. You know, it's this false view of the world that's pushed, and it's pushed primarily to sell things.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's a major fucking problem, because if you have a guy who's lying 150 times compared to a person who's lying 20, well, technically, yes, you're right, they both lied, but that's in no way representative of the truth of what's actually happening. But of course, if you present it as both sides are equally to blame, then you know, you get to have discussion, you get to have conversations, you get to bring on people and talk about it, and you know, they get to yell at each other with four-way split boxes like it's ESPN. So you know, it's a whole thing.
Yeah, they've been doing that a lot, especially over the last couple of years on like Good Morning Britain or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just like, it's a whole thing. Like the recent one I saw was Greg's came out with a new vegan thing, so they had a vegan on, except this vegan was an extremist vegan that was telling everyone else basically to get fucked.
Yeah,
so it's just like, I'm gonna pick the worst of your community to represent you all.
Yeah, well, I mean, it'll be more controversial,
Yeah.
and therefore more clicks, and therefore it might get spread around more, and you know, more money. So
that's what they want to do. They want to make entertainment out of it.
Mm-hmm. So it's, you know, it's all kinds of fucked. We got a lot of, and funnily enough, similar things happened in the 1920s. It is frightening how close we are to literally about 100 years ago. I mean, we're kind of, I really hope I'm wrong, by the way, but it kind of feels like we're more in the 1930s than the 1920s. God, I hope that I am wrong about that one, though. But you know, and similarly, you know, things happened in that era where people just started distrusting their news media as well. They felt that their news media was just lying to them. Either passive people or dumb people. Yeah, I mean, that's usually, I mean, you almost never get truly substantive discussions about anything. You get knee-jerk reactions and people shouting at each other.
Yep.
When you have a conversation about something, anything, I mean, let alone something political, but say we're having a political discussion about a problem and then trying to come up with solutions. How is it in any way constructive to have two people just screaming at each other on television? I mean, it doesn't do anything. I mean, having a substantive discussion about the points and the policies that might be necessary to solve this problem is what really we should be doing, right? But we don't get that. We get screaming and yelling and dunking, and you know, I could go on Twitter and I could find little soundbite clips of you know, of somebody saying something stupid. Yeah, by the way, from my own perspective too, someone from the other side saying something incredibly stupid that I get to dunk on. I enjoy that too. It seems almost natural to human physiology, because you know, maybe it's partly the validation of feeling superior in the moment or something. I don't know, but I'm no psychologist. But you know, my point is that all of this is manufactured. It's disingenuine. And it's not helpful. It's not constructive to the function of democracy or to anything else that we want to do. And the fact that the only place that we could get our news sources seems to be primarily from, corporate controlled news media is very dangerous and bad. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for our democracy at all. Six news organizations control over 90% of the media in this country.
Jesus, really?
Yeah. I think that might be inaccurate. It might be less than that now. We are in it's really scary times, and there has been a call from certain groups, some that I might align with, which is the call for supporting independent media. And it's important, but it's also dangerous, right? I mean, because what standards are there? You don't know. You simply don't know. There's no way to know. The only way is through your own personal judgment, and I mean through research. I mean, you gotta look this stuff up and figure out these places, see how accurate they are probably going to be. You gotta decide for yourself how credible they're going. And you got to read the articles, and you got to find out, are they credible? I mean, if you read the article and the author is just telling you how to feel the whole time, well, kind of loses some credibility for me. However, if the article is talking about different things that are going on, is bringing up some stats, and maybe inviting some actual experts to talk about the thing, well, maybe I'll be more inclined to do it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's a 100% certain thing either. Because you see places like MSNBC and CNN, they constantly have on quote-unquote experts, and yet when you look them up, almost all the time, they're former George Bush appointees, they're former Bush cabinet members, former Republican, this is a Republican analyst, Republican strategist. And then you find out that, this supposed quote-unquote liberal media seems to keep pushing Republican ideas down my throat. I don't know why that is. What a weird coincidence. So, I don't know. Consulted for Hillary 4 years earlier.
Oh.
I think I know who you're talking about, because he endorsed over the weekend. Small-time newspaper to fund that kind of outreach. Well, I mean, the benefit is today. The benefit and the curse is that today you have the internet, right? So, like, having an independent publication years ago was much harder, obviously, because you'd have to print it yourself. But today, you just kind of have to pay bandwidth costs, which then leads to the subsequent problem, right? Which is, okay, so anybody can be the news, which means that, a lot of those blog news sites probably aren't credible. However, there are also other blog news sites that have become incredibly credible. Like, for instance, one that has come out of nowhere has been BuzzFeed News. They've done probably the best. They've done probably the best investigative journalism for the past 3-4 years out of anybody, and it's fucking BuzzFeed. So it's. I think it'd be more right than you as experience so much as national American views. Brown. Them being more right than you as conspiracies matching. Well, see, but that's the thing, right? Is it matching or is it manufacturing consent?
Yeah,
because that's the thing.
There's statistics of what they would vote for and what policies they like, and it doesn't match up.
There have been multiple. This election cycle has been telling. I mean, and Bernie tweets this kind of shit out all the time. But there have been multiple of these polling studies that they've done now, where they just asked on the basis of the actual things, like Medicare for all, making billionaires pay their fair share of taxes, stuff like that. And overwhelmingly, the majority of America supports those things. But then when they ask the subsequent question, are you for the Democrats or the Republicans? Are you for socialism or capitalism? Then they get confused. Then they are more split. So, I mean, again, I'm not saying that correlation is causation here, but I would say that that is a little bit telling as to what's going on. In that, you know, maybe bringing on a bunch of right-wing people on the supposed left-wing media sources, which, by the way, the right-wing media sources don't do this. It's just the left-wing that does this. Yeah, you know, supposed left-wing. That brings on all the right-wing talking analysts and stuff, and, you know, experts or whatever all the time. And what it does is it pushes the Overton window farther and farther and farther to the right. And then people often find, you know, what ends up happening is you see these extremely over-the-top, knee-jerk reactionary people screaming at the top of their lungs on these programs all the time, just, you know, just freaking out at each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear somebody else come in, and they meet in the middle between those two fucking crazy people. And at that point, that person he appears reasonable. But he's not reasonable. If he's meeting in the middle between the guy who says we need to kill all the Mexicans and the guy who says, no, we shouldn't kill any Mexicans, and the middle guy says, okay, we'll only kill some of the Mexicans, I'm sorry, he's not being fucking reasonable. Like, it may appear that way because that's how it's framed. And that's the whole point. It's pushing the Overton window towards a certain direction. Found the truth. Oh, that's good. The expectations of the viewer, it's not just a one-way road. Well, yeah, of course. But, you know, again, that the expectations of the viewer move based on what the media is presenting to them. Like, here, actually, there was a, hold on.
Okay, I'll wait patiently.
Ah, dang it. Hold on.
Nope.
Might be in my likes. Because there was this is a good example of what I'm kind of getting at is you know, a couple. Oh yeah, here we go. I thought I had it somewhere. All right, here. Now this was Bernie in, I think, April, maybe. It is maybe April, okay? And this is him at a Fox News town hall, all right? So, like, not his people at all. In no way are these his people. The hosts that he was on, if you watch this whole thing, they're very contentious the entire time. I mean, they were trying to shit on him, and you know, he was trading barbs with them a little bit. But look, this is his closing. This is how he ended this. And this is so fitting because especially you'll notice at the beginning, at first, he's going to answer the questions and then he realizes he doesn't have to. Even though he's at a Fox News town hall, he doesn't have to. But here, check it out.
Disrespect.
You know, like, so, you know, of course, in this case, that's anecdotal evidence of my point, but the polling is showing this too. I mean, you notice too, he even goes with a gotcha at one point because he gets them on the yes train and then he gives them a no question and they still say no. So people generally feel this way about these things. Most people do. All the polling shows it. Anecdotally, it shows it. I mean, just talk to a person. They feel this way most of the time. In fact, the polling shows it's basically about 70% of people. So 7 out of 10 people generally feel this way about most of these things. It's just they get caught up in all the other stuff. And what happens with all the other stuff is they all get, I mean, like, for instance, Joe Biden right now has, in the national polling, he's in the lead. And yet, he only has, like, favorability in, like, I think he's in single digits of favorability. If not, it's very low double digits of, like, 10 or 12%. People are saying they will vote for him, but they don't even fucking like him. I mean, that doesn't even make any sense. That's not how politics are even supposed to work. You know, it's just it's partly from, you know, people just punching it down, punching it into them. Oh, he's electable. He's not electable. He's electable. This guy is a thing. You should care about this thing. Hey, don't you know this is the best economy ever? I mean, he had an interview just the other day where the lady's like goes to Bernie. So do you give Trump credit for de-escalating tensions in Iran? And it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I mean, it was on MSNBC. It's just crazy. And fuck voting on policy, right? Well, no, that's my point, is that Joe Biden doesn't really have policy. What policy does he have? They can't name it. They don't know his policies. They're just voting for him because he has a name, and they've been told that he's the one with the best chance to win. And they're convinced, even though they don't like him. I mean, that's how they get the views and the money. It's not solely manufactured, like a result of pure greed. Oh, I agree. I mean, well, I mostly agree. I think that it's largely because of the profit motive, which was what I've been arguing the entire time. If you remove the profit motive, then you don't have to deal with this kind of shit anymore, because then these people don't have to chase clicks through this stupid, disingenuous bullshit. But yes, I don't think it. You know, I said this on NLSS once. If in two hands you have the choices between secret evil cabal that meets and you know, evilly twirls their mustaches and decides the fate of humanity, versus a group of people who share motivation, share goals, and share economic status, all working in tandem, separately but equal with one another to achieve the same goals, I would lean towards the latter rather than the former. But you know, this is all your friends who voted for Trump will never know. Yeah. Good. I mean, 15 more than raising, or they've said most of it, even though my pay is the same as will not go up, I deserve more too. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing too, right? Is that like even with something like with like the minimum wage, is, you know, you always get these bullshit talking points that still end up on these news stations as if they're. See, that's the thing, right? Is that not every argument is based in any semblance of logic or fact. Okay, like if you're making an argument for something, if you're not basing it on fact, or you're not basing it on logic, and it's your interpretation of those things, then guess what? You don't really need to listen to the argument. If somebody comes up to me and says, yeah, I think that we shouldn't vaccinate our kids because it has, you know, the vaccines have arsenic in it. And it's like, well, I mean, yeah, but you don't really understand how that works, do you? And they say, oh, I don't care. I did my research. Well, their opinion isn't as valuable as the facts about what these things do. It's just simply not. And yet, oftentimes, you know, the corporate media will bring on reactionaries that will present these two opposing viewpoints as if they are equal, and they're just simply not. And it has nothing to do with subjectivity. It like if a guy's coming on and he's telling you the Earth is flat, he doesn't have an equal viewpoint to the scientist who's saying it's round. He just doesn't. What did you send?
Oh, lots of things. Well, not lots of things. A couple of things.
Oh no! His name was Reed.
I found it too funny.
And put upward pressure on prevailing wages of those industries. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Is that yeah? Sorry, I was gonna make an example and then I never did. $15 minimum wage. So the federal minimum wage right now is $7.25, $7.50 or something like that, right? And you know, Bernie is saying at least a $15 minimum wage. Which, by the way, if you've done the math, I mean, you know, 15 times 40 is $600. Times 52 is $31,000 a year. So
still fucking nothing.
Yeah, that's still. I mean, that's. Let's be honest. That's not a living wage. That's a better minimum, but it's not a living wage in a lot of places in America. But that's not the point. The point of raising a federal minimum wage is it basically doubles what the actual federal minimum wage is now, and then you hear all these bullshit talking points from people being like, "Well, why should a fry cook get paid the same as a nurse or this or that or whatever?" And it's like, well, yeah, you're disregarding the fact that these things don't happen in isolation. So if a fry cook starts making $15 an hour, what do you think is going to happen to the nurses' wages? They're going to go up. All the wages are going to go up. That's the whole thing. That's what happens when you raise the federal minimum wage. People who aren't working for minimum wage jobs aren't going to be too happy with being paid minimum wage. So.
Yeah.
You know. It's like they think they've got less money. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's people get convinced that it's that this example has been used a lot, but this is what happens, right? This is what happens in the world, and it gets pushed by a lot of our corporate news media, that this is how the world is, and hey, that's how it is. Hey, think about individual responsibility. Work to better yourself instead of worrying about the rest of the world. Don't participate in politics. Oh, you guys are doing protests? We're not going to show any of those. We're just going to get some Republicans on to tell us who you should vote for. But like, I don't even remember what I was going to go down. What I was going to say.
You haven't. You're okay there.
Yeah, it's just there's a lot of things that this is something that I've felt like my entire life, and I'm glad that I'm able to say it out loud now, because other people are talking about it. Because if previously, people would just brand you, put a dunce cap on you and say go sit in the corner. Yeah.
Posting animals.
That's a funny seal.
He has a face on his face.
Yeah, so I mean, raising a federal minimum wage would just raise wages across the board, which, by the way, then increases workers' power as well, which is part of the reason that Bernie wants to do it. It gives them more ability. Like, here's something that happens. This happens in most countries. It's not happening now anymore in most countries, and there's a reason for that, and I'll tell you why. So when unemployment rates are low, what happens is, well, what usually happens and what has happened for previous decades, pretty much before our generation came to power, is when employment rates, when unemployment rates are low, then workers have more power. They have more negotiating, more bargaining power. Now, unemployment rates are extremely low right now, and yet Americans have no bargaining power, do they? That's also true in a number of other Western democracies and European nations. Well, if you also take a look at what's been happening in the jobs market, you'd also know that unemployment rates are low. However, most of the people of my generation and my successive generation, the Zoomers, can only get part-time work. And the reason they can only get part-time work is because job creators, which, by the way, that's a term that Joe Biden still uses. I heard him say it literally the other fucking day. He calls them fucking job creators. Sorry, tangent. Anyway, what was I just saying?
Job creators.
Yeah, but before that, that's what I got locked on.
Shit.
All right. Well. Oh yeah, part-time workers. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one.
So it's so that the job creators don't have to give health care.
Yep.
And they don't have to give retirement benefits.
Zero-hour
People in my generation, we don't have retirement benefits. We don't have retirement. And in fact, they're looking to cut Social Security right now. So we don't even have retirement in the future. So we're not, people my age would have already begun a retirement fund for themselves, 40, 50 years ago. Or they would have had a fucking pension. Took those away too. So what happens is unemployment rates get to be really low, and they get to yell about that. They also get to yell about the economy being good. You notice that recently about everybody's talking about how the economy is so great? Except I don't feel that rich. I don't feel very wealthy. Do you? In fact, I feel worse than I did years ago. And I know statistically that I am worse off than I should be. But unemployment's low. The economy's doing great. What the hell's going on? Well, as a part-time employee, you don't really have any power, do you? What are you going to do? Strike? Okay, well, you're part-time. Just call in somebody else on your shift. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. They know, same as you, that jobs, if you're a millennial or a Zoomer, mean you're going profession to profession, spot to spot, moving, trying to get a little bit more money in your next paycheck, going part-time, often having 2 or even 3 jobs, sometimes more. I mean, they're fucking single moms in this country with, multiple jobs, multiple part-time jobs, just trying to make enough money to live, just to survive, to get the needs, not even for wants. So, I mean, and also with the healthcare thing, I mean, if you look at life expectancy across social class, well, it's extremely telling. If you're rich, you live until you're about 88. If you're poor, you live until you're about 78. And that disparity is getting wider and wider. In the 1960s, a CEO made about 20 times more than the average worker. You know how much they make now? More than the average worker? It's about 270 times. 270. And then, like a couple days ago, there were 80 protests around the United States. Huge protests protesting
I didn't even
against
hear about
war
that.
with Iran. Yeah, of course you didn't. Because they don't need to talk about it. Because if you participate in the politics, then they don't get to keep telling you what to do. They don't want higher voter turnout. Higher voter turnout is a bad thing for them, because if people start paying attention, they start realize they're getting the shit fucked out of them. So, it's things are. I mean, we're about as unequal as we've ever been in this country. I mean, maybe we're honestly only slightly better off than they were in the Great Depression with the robber barons.
Oh, good.
So yeah. So I mean, we're there again. I mean, that's it. We're back again. The business plot may have failed temporarily, but it won in the long term. Yeah, Republicans talking about more voter registration as a Democratic power grab. Yeah, 20s are coming back, baby. Roaring 20s.
Oh, I do love reminding my parents of what happened in the 20s.
Yeah.
It's like become my favorite hobby.
Yeah.
Also, Chad, I hope you're okay with me just spamming you all with animals being dubs.
People aren't falling off bridges getting replaced by dudes waiting in line, but we're not that far off. Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? Is that like, are we not there? I mean, granted, there were some serious, there's some serious shit that went down in the Great Depression. But I mean, if you're really paying attention, if you're really looking at the actual stories and the statistics of what's happening in this country, are we really not there? I mean, they just raised the cost of insulin by what, 300%?
The fact you even have to pay for that.
Yeah,
You want to live? Want to cash up, maybe?
There are teenagers dying because they have to ration their insulin because they simply can't afford it. I mean, this is medicine that they require in order to survive, and they have to ration it because some rich fucking asshole sitting in his ivory fucking tower said, hey, you know what? I want to make a little bit more money this month. I want that number to go up, even though I have more money than I could ever spend in 1,000 lifetimes. You know, it's, I mean, you know, beyond even that, you have you have the Flint water crisis that has been years? I mean,
yeah,
I was in high school when that started. I mean, I'm almost 30. We can't give, we are the wealthiest nation in the history of planet Earth, and we can't give our people clean fucking water? What kind of world are we living in? You know, there were 80 plus fucking protests a couple of days ago, more protests today, and we don't want to talk about them. We don't want to talk about any of them. I mean, we changed the laws so that they don't show the coffins coming back from wars so that people stop paying attention. We, under Barack Obama, we changed the definition of any enemy combatant to any male above the age of 18 so that we don't have to talk about civilian casualties.
Fucking hell.
Under Donald Trump, we reclassified every member of the Iranian government to terrorists so that, well, we're just killing fucking terrorists. Who cares, right? They're just terrorists. All of this shit is used to force you down a certain path of thinking. And oftentimes, it's to force you off the path of thinking at all. It's to make you feel like, well, there's nothing I can do. I mean, how many people feel like there's nothing I can do? I kind of feel that way often, where I feel like there's just nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do about any of this shit. And it gives you anxiety because it's like you can't do anything. But the problem is that is also bullshit. That's been bullshit that they've been breeding into us this whole fucking time. There's a lot of things we could do about it. You know what we could do about it? We could
Eat
protest.
the rich.
Yeah, we'd eat the rich. We could protest. They're not going to talk about us. The revolution will not be fucking televised, but we can still fucking do it. And if we do it long enough, then they can't ignore us. You know what else we can do? We can get involved in the political process. That means voting. That means caucusing. That means talking to other people about politics. That means getting involved, registering, getting other people involved, getting other people registered. It also means civic participation in a very direct way, not just voting, but we can run too. Now, of course, they've made the system they've dismantled the system in such a way that if you're living in the most of America, you can't run. If you're poor, you don't have enough money. Only rich people can run. But in some places you can. Like, for instance, in New York here, I actually could run if I wanted to, even though I'm poor, because New York does some level of public funding for elections, which is another thing that we need to go towards, if you ask me. So we can do all of those things. But they have tried really, really fucking hard to convince us to be apathetic. Only thing about protesting is not being a hypocrite while doing it. Everyone leaves behind a fuck tons of garbage. No, see, that actually is that's another tool. That's another tool that they use to make make you feel like you can't do anything, right? I mean, you hear all of the bullshit bad faith takes where Republicans are yelling about Democrats flying on jets, as if if the Democrats decided to not fly on jets, climate change is solved, boys. That's it. Oh man, how did we not figure that out? Apparently, if you subtract the carbon emissions from just the jets of Democratic candidates for president, well, then we won't have climate change anymore. See, it's always bad faith. It's always false. A protester protesting for environmental justice, and somebody leaves behind a paper cup on the ground, isn't gonna destroy the world, and it doesn't harm their message either.
Yeah, also, the thing you're on about was actually mostly a fake doctored photo. They took a picture from another festival and went, this was from this weekend's environmental thing.
Yeah.
That was a thing. I can't remember what it was exactly, but that was pushed super hard a couple months ago. I think it was something like 6 months ago that was pushed so fucking hard.
Uh-huh. No, I know you're not saying that. What I'm saying is there are certain groups. They exist in high numbers, both on the internet, in our corporate news media, in all around us, really. On our social media, that try to push you by pushing things that sound reasonable, but they're not, right? So say 100,000 people showed up to Washington and they demanded that we get environmental justice. And that ultimately leads to us actually passing things that brings us closer to combating climate change. But a couple of them left some paper bags on the ground. Are they really hypocrites? Are they really monolithic? Are they really all hive mind, a group of people that all operate under the same conditions and principles? Are they even all people who are there for the event itself? I mean, who's to say that these paper bags aren't dropped by somebody walking by, or by a cop standing on the side of the road, or maybe some press? It doesn't matter. That's the point, is that it serves as the illusion to make you feel like, oh, but they're hypocrites, therefore they must be wrong. It presents doubt. It invites doubt into your position. It's part of gaslighting, basically. I mean, they try to gaslight you all the time, and that's the jet thing. That's the oh, he drinks at Starbucks. He obviously doesn't care about these things. Oh, Greta Thunberg, if she really wanted to help, she should she should get a job and do this X, Y, or Z, as if these things matter. I mean, it's to separate you, to focus you on things that are not the actual thing. It's to focus you on other topics. Like, we're not even talking about climate change right now. We're talking about whether or not climate change protesters are hypocritical. And that's the point. It's part. I mean, it actually is a KGB disinformation tactic. But it's literally just causing chaos through just muddying the water as much as humanly possible. That's how it works. Is you just muddy the water by saying, "Oh yeah, but she might be a hypocrite." You don't even have to believe it. You just have to doubt. That's it. You just have to doubt.
Yeah. Climate protesters should live like vegans? Excuse me? I'm not sure what the...
I think he was making like a sarcastic character.
I'm confused.
Yeah, I've had roller coasters with Yang a little bit, in that I was very, very against him at the start, and then over the course of the campaign, I was like, I think he's mostly trying to do good, but he's misguided. And now I'm kind of back on the, oh no, this dude's just a libertarian plan. because the stuff that's been happening recently with him is really funky. I mean, did you see the Medicare for All interview that he had? And I mean, I know what his policies would do, like what that UBI would do to social welfare programs, and I know that is like inherently, libertarian and terrifying. So I don't know. I'm well into. I think I'm back to where I started, which is that I do not. However, that said, some of the things that he is talking about are still good things. I mean, UBI might be something that we need to look at in the future. I think we probably will. I think the democracy vouchers thing, the vouchers program that he calls it democracy dollars because he wants to give his own name to it, but it's a vouchers thing. A couple of people have proposed this idea. I think it's not a bad idea, although I have some issues with it. But I think that's a pretty good idea. I disagree with them on nuclear, but that doesn't mean that I'm against even looking into thorium technology. It's just that he's disingenuous about it, that I do not like. Wait, against conventional Democrat ideology? Yeah, I mean, well, and beyond that, UBI, a universal basic income, is like a classic libertarian thing. Like Milton fucking Friedman, for Christ's sake, had a version of UBI. So, it's there's some funky things. I don't know. We're in a really dangerous territory. I mean, keep in mind there are 2 billionaires in the race right now that bought their way in.
Fuck them.
Yeah, one of them is using literal slave labor to do his fucking phone calls. Like, we got a number of people who are holding fundraisers in fucking wine caves and lying about it to cameras for some reason. Which blows my mind. I don't even know how that happens. And then you got like a possible Russian asset plant and a possible libertarian plant there, on top of another candidate whose literal motto, like claim to fame, is "I don't pick things because they sound good." Like, Amy Klobuchar's bumper sticker is like, I don't back ideas because they sound good. I back them because blah blah blah. It seriously is a bumper sticker. It's like 3 sentences long.
Jesus,
it's the worst
really?
It's the worst fucking bumper sticker for really the worst fucking sentiment too, where she's just like, well, just because it sounds good doesn't mean that that it is good. And it's like, yeah, dope, that's true. However, you're just saying you're not gonna do anything that is in any way bold because you, for some reason, believe all bold things are bad. I don't know. It's a crazy time. And then on top of that, you have a Jew running for president, and they're calling him an anti-Semite.
Ah, yes. That old classic.
We're in a fucking Abbott and Costello movie right now. And, I don't know, man.
Fuck 2020. I'm done with it.
Yeah, and it's gonna get a lot worse.
Either burn me now or let me eat some fucking rich.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, is Bernie actually a carpenter? That would be fucking hilarious if he was actually a Jewish carpenter. Yeah. That's some good stuff. He used to be.
That's amazing.
That is incredible. It is actually okay. So here's a funny thing. If you look now, you know what? I won't lampshade it first. If you read Revelations and you read about the prophecies of who the Antichrist is supposed to be and the kind of things that he does and says, well, I'm gonna tell you. There's one guy who really checks all the boxes. And conversely, there is another guy who happens to be a Jewish carpenter who happens to be saying a lot of the things that Jesus Christ himself was saying. Like, the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. It's easier for a rich man to push a camel through the head of a needle than it is for him to get to heaven. All people should be equal under God. Do unto others as you wish to be done unto you. People should be treated with respect, no matter their profession or sexual orientation, Mary Magdalene. So, but anyway, so yeah, like I said, I didn't want to lampshade it originally, but part of the reason that happens is because all of those prophecies are incredibly vague and ambiguous, and you can match them up with 100 things. So, yes, and Revelations is just basically anti-Roman propaganda, which, funnily enough, does actually match up very much to our current world. We are kind of like a new Roman Empire, new blight on the world.
Wait, hang on. Who are you trying to say is a Stalin apologist?
Wait, what?
Excuse me? Apparently that's what tanky means. It's Stalin apologists.
Oh.
I don't know. I googled
Yeah, that's
what
a
that
term.
meant.
Yeah, the tanky is like a 4chan term thing.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, where the fuck did you? How far up your ass did you reach to pull that out? like, is your arm okay?
When is the point to choose one and roll with it? Well, I mean, you as a voter, you choose one probably now. I mean, well, you don't have to. You choose one when it gets to your state. I mean, I would hope that you vote along the lines that I do, but if you don't, you don't. You don't have to make your choice now. You can make it whenever you actually have to vote.
Yeah.
If you're asking how the process works, well, what's probably going to happen is we're probably going to have a brokered convention, would be my guess. And in that case, then the DNC can still fuck over Bernie at Super Tuesday, which, watch out for that. That might be coming. See, because what they did is they changed the rules after the last primary, in which they completely fucked over Bernie by giving Hillary 700 delegates before, a word was even exchanged between them. So he got mad and they got them to change the rules. But then they changed the rules again this year so that you wouldn't even have to deal with that. And then, of course, we, for some reason, had a 20 candidate field, which also limits the power of delegates. So now delegates don't come in until after the second round of voting, I believe, which I think is after Super Tuesday or before Super Tuesday. I don't know, sometime then. So basically, if no one gets a significant majority, then all the delegates can just choose someone. So theoretically, it is possible where Bernie wins the popular vote, and because Biden is within 1 or 2 percentage points of him, which again, highly possible, that the delegates could just decide it's Biden, even though Bernie technically won. They could just decide it, and they might. I don't know. It's a possibility. Stop talking about my nightmares, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happens if that happens. If they do that, I don't know what happens. Like I really don't know. Shit'll get real weird. Again, I expect probably an escalation of Russian aggression after Brexit, so that's going to be a thing that happens. Yeah, probably. That would be my thing.
Okay, since when has Bernie liked USSR?
I mean, he's probably spoken positively of different aspects of the USSR before, but again, it's that sort of disingenuous. It's like that Bernie wrote a story about rape thing, or about women fantasizing about rape thing. Yeah, so that's another thing that they're going to try to use on him. If he becomes the nominee, or if he continues to stay in first, I guarantee you this will be a thing that they try to do. So if you read the article, you can find it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Here. So the usually the disingenuous bad faith attack is that Bernie Sanders is pro-rape because he wrote a story about women fantasizing about rape, and he says that women fantasize about rape, and he's making he's saying that about all women, and he's evil and sexist.
But grabbing him by the pussy's fine.
Yeah. However, if you read the article, yeah, he does say the line in it: "A woman enjoys intercourse with her man as she fantasizes being raped by 3 men simultaneously."
Too close to that word. Sorry, sir. You can't. Don't say that in here.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really uncomfortable out of context. But if you read the actual article, and granted, I may have a bias because I have a penis here. So, but if you read it, he's not at all saying that women are. I don't know. He's not saying women want to be raped. In fact, the first part of the article is him saying a man goes home and masturbates his typical fantasy: a woman on her knees, a woman tied up, a woman abused. And then he goes on to explain another similarly edgy circumstance with a woman. And then he continues on and he talks about over the course of this story, this fictional story that he's presenting. And overall, what the story is about is that gender roles are bad and they make men and women insecure about their own bodies and their own sexuality and their own lives, and it forces people apart. And it was written he was writing it in 1972, so I mean, he's a young man. He's using edgier language than he probably should have. Should he have written those words in that order? Yeah, probably not. But again, that's not what the story is about that he's talking about. The story is about the dangers of gender roles, and he was saying that in 1972. So, again, there's going to be a lot of disingenuous bad faith stuff that comes out about him soon. Didn't say a statement, no woman should be raped, but I guess which makes a better headline. Exactly, yeah. I may be biased. I have a penis, so I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm biased about this.
I don't know. I'd have to read it to see, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to hear your perspective on it. But I mean, he creates a hypothetical where he's talking about extreme. The first 2 paragraphs are 2 extreme sexual fantasies.
Yeah.
The first being an extreme male sexual fantasy, and the second being an extreme female sexual fantasy.
What's the male one out of interest?
A woman on her knees, a woman tied up, a woman abused.
Yeah. So one of them is way more highly accepted than the other.
Yeah.
That's how the male extreme one is just like, oh, you like bondage? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to a large degree, I think both of those things are much more accepted today. I mean, I think a lot of people have. I
feel like, no matter what you say, if it was about a male having a rape fantasy, they wouldn't have fucking shit about it.
No, of course not.
But because it's a woman getting raped,
Yeah. I mean, even in his hypothetical, it's a consensual rape fantasy. There's nothing wrong with a consensual rape fantasy.
It's fucking roleplay, dude.
Yeah, it's just roleplay. And then beyond that, I mean, he's talking about, and then it goes on. The 2 characters talk to one another, and they say different things. In fact, he makes the man to be a very negative character in his story. So yeah. So really, you ask me, he used a word, a phrase that ultimately is used against him. But I don't think that's what he's talking about in this story, if you read it in context.
Yeah. See, obviously you have a biased opinion and all this, but hearing that he has both a male and a female example makes me already more comfortable with him writing it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, in fact, it starts with the male example. It begins, the first paragraph is the man.
Yeah.
And then the second one is the woman with the extreme sexual fantasy. I linked it to you if you wanted to read it.
Yeah, I might read it in a bit. I'm not going to read it right now.
Yeah, it's short. But yeah, so they're going to do shit like that. They're going to yell about him, flying on jets as if that has anything to do with climate change. They're going to yell about him oh, they're gonna yell about Friends of Bernie Sanders, and they're gonna call it dark money, even though you can go to friendsofberniesanders.com/donors and they have a list of every single donor. You know, they're gonna do a lot of disingenuous things to attack him, and in fact, you're probably gonna see it from both the right and the left. And in fact, I expect in a couple of days at that Democratic debate is when that's going to get launched, when that's going to start. You might see some people roughly intoning that he's an anti-Semite. You might get some people, you might even get some people, you might get Buttigieg bringing up this article. I wouldn't be surprised to see that.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't put that past him.
Because they're getting really close to the wire here, and they're going to try to tank him at any chance, any opportunity. So you're going to get a lot of disingenuous attacks soon. Be prepared. From his school teachers. That's scary. Yeah. Well, when Bernie won in Vermont, hold on. You want to see the? I think it was the New York Times headline. You want to see the New York Times headline for when Bernie won mayor in Vermont?
Is it just Vermont has a new mayor and that's it?
No, it's like Vermont socialist wins with a bias towards the poor.
A bias towards the poor.
Yeah.
Could you make a more boomer rich bitch sentence?
Yeah, so they're gonna
what?
They're gonna come after him super hard. So just expect it. You know, if you're a Bernie supporter, learn all the things, learn all the skeleton attacks they're gonna try, and read them and see how you feel about them. See if it changes your mind. I mean, I don't know. Maybe their article does change your mind. If you're paying it, if you're reading, I don't think it will, but you know, still you should be apprised of all the things. We got to know all the skeletons. So.
Oh yeah, I'd much rather know his skeletons than not.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at the end of the day,
oh god, that's hilarious.
That's the other thing about this guy is that out of the skeletons that they fucking have on him, it's nothing. It's like the best is like an out of context article, and he flies in jets. Like they really don't have much, but they're still gonna push it as if it's something that's a big deal. So.
Is that bulge for me, or are you big poor? Bernie in his gray sweatpants, dude. I'd pay to see it.
Absolutely. They already got nothing. Jewish carpenter going to the White House. Yeah, could be. Yeah, exactly. They've been digging super fucking hard to try to get him. Another one that they tried to do, I saw. This one might come back. I don't know. But there is a video of Bernie Sanders when he's in like his 30s, and he's shirtless and he's trashed and he's sitting around a table with a bunch of other young socialists and communists, and they're just, you know, playing drinking games and card games and having fun. And they tried to push that as a look how evil he is. And then I saw that and I was like, that's hilarious. That makes me like him a lot more. Yeah, exactly. Wow, he's just like me. You mean he also gets really fucked up with other young socialists and has like stupid discussions with them? I like him more.
Dude, I'm fucking in.
Yeah. Essentially, bad faith articles about you. Oh, absolutely. They make huge profits off that. And they don't even. Here's the thing. They don't even really have any loyalty either. I mean, they want to push Joe Biden, but they don't give a shit about him. Like, if he's gonna make the money off of his scandals and his gaffes, they'll push that shit too. That's why they're like a self-eating Ouroboros. Like they're you know, it's all in the pursuit of avarice instead of living for America. And it makes it controlling bad social inside propped up. These young socialists in your area now.
I wouldn't have a beer with Bernie. Excuse me?
I would. Well, actually,
The beer is nasty, but I hate beer. I would drink it with Bernie.
I'd smoke a doob with Bernie.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, no, you win.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope.
And then play basketball.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't drink, but for Bernie, exactly.
Yeah. I don't know if he drinks. He might not. I mean, he's
It
you
wouldn't
know, he's
surprise
obviously
me
up
if he
there in
doesn't.
age.
He's one of the fucking healthiest candidates we've got.
Yeah, I know. It's hilarious. But he yeah, I mean, he was like an athlete forever. It doesn't seem like he did a lot of anything. Like he didn't really do he even when he was on Joe Rogan, he talked about he admitted to smoking weed before. But he mentioned that he smoked weed in northern Vermont, which means that he only smoked weed after he got into politics, which also probably means that he smoked weed only, you know, like while he was in his 70s. So
I
he
love
tried.
him.
So like a couple of years ago, he was just like, fuck it, I'll try it. I'll smoke a blunt. Why
I
not?
kinda hope. Does he have kids?
Yeah.
I really hope his son was like, Dad, it's time. It's time, Dad.
Yeah. He says he wasn't that into it when he tried it, but
I mean, is anyone the first time they smoke it?
yeah, that's a fair point. Anyway, I want to watch football because I've been missing half a playoff
Oh, is it
game.
football? Oh.
Yeah. How far? Oh God, we're almost into the fourth quarter. Ow, San Francisco's beasting on them.
Are the Patriots playing again this week?
No, the Patriots are out.
Oh,
they're gone.
out?
The bad
just
man
thought they
can't hurt
lost-
us anymore.
Oh. So are we actually gonna get an interesting Super Bowl that, like, I can
Well,
watch?
yeah. The Patriots are not only are the Patriots not going to be in this Super Bowl, this is going to be the first time in I think no, it's I remember now. It's not quite 20 years, but almost 20 fucking years where the AFC Conference Championship game is not represented by either Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, my brain is melting out of my eye sockets. I forget the third guy, but funnily enough, the fourth guy is Joe Flacco. So like, there have been only 4 guys who have represented. Oh right, it's isn't the fourth one Mark Sanchez? Oh Lord, it is, isn't it? Because we were the ones in the championship game. Oh Ben, yeah, it's Ben. Oh hey Austin, how's it going? Were you lurking in here? Were you hearing me yell about Bernie?
Hey, I'm mad at Rob. I got into the Browns listening to him, and it's a bad time. I'm so sorry.
Slash Shadow, thank you for the 69 months, Rob. We did it 69. That's incredible. It's the sex number. Now it's going to be a very long way until you get to 420.
Yeah.
You know, so we really have to cherish this moment. We really, really have to cherish this moment. That's a big deal. No, I wasn't. I just got here. Oh, fair enough. I've just been yelling about Bernie for a half an hour.
It's been more than half an hour.
So Ravens could be in it. Austin is a Steelers fan. His divisional rival are the Baltimore Ravens. However, I actually think he's right in that statement. Not for the facetious reason that he means it. It could very well be that the Ravens get to the Super Bowl and we have another super blowout Super Bowl, and those are also horrible. Yeah.
I hope this year just has good halftime, because I fucking sat with you, Krendor, and Sinvicta, bored out of my mind.
Yeah.
That was my first Super Bowl. I got
year,
nothing.
Yeah, that was a terrible Super Bowl. I come here every week to talk politics. Go Titans. I'm with you, dude. Titans all the fucking way. I am Titans all day. Austin, I don't know if you know this, but so between the Jets and the Titans, we had a pact, and it went across our football subreddits, because we had to win our Week 17 game against the Bills in order for the Titans to make it into the playoffs. So the Titans were like, "Hey, if you guys get us into the playoffs, we'll beat the Patriots in the playoffs. Deal?" And everybody in the Jets subreddit was like, "Deal." Now, of course, we have no influence, but we did beat the fucking Bills in Week 17 out of nowhere. We shouldn't have, but we did. And And then the Jets, when we swarmed the Titans subreddit, especially after the Titans got in against the Patriots, and locked that shit in, and we were like, well, you know the deal is fucking on, right? The deal is on. And then the Titans did it. They actually beat the fucking Patriots. And then the Jets subreddit was hilarious for a week because it was all like Roose Bolton stabbing Tom Brady, and then it's him saying the Jets send their respects, and like, all these other the debt has been paid, and all, it's some good stuff. It's some quality stuff. Anyway, Enumenex, thank you for the 8 months in a row. Raid stick for you. Thank you very much. Some quality football memes were had, and now I'm all in on the Titans. It's Titans all the way. I believe in them. I think they could do it, especially because it has a double meaning for me since Ryan Tannehill is the QB there, and he is also proving that Adam Gase is the main problem. Too many boring NFC teams this year. Yeah. I mean, San Francisco's pretty fun because they're out of nowhere, but yeah, I mean, it kind of does look like it looks like we're back in like 2009. These playoffs, but I actually do like the Vikings too. But they're I mean, it looks like they're probably out. Fourth quarter just started.
Who's actually in the playoffs?
So right now the teams are the 49ers, San Francisco 49ers, the Minnesota Vikings, the Tennessee Titans, the Baltimore Ravens, the Houston Texans, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Seattle Seahawks, and the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
So, but after today, 4 of those will be gone. And right now, it looks like the Vikings are probably going to be gone. Maybe. I mean, who knows? I mean, Kirk has already had a comeback. Chiefs haven't won before either, right? Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think last year they won and done, and the year before that they didn't even, or no, they made it and won and done too. But I think that was with like Alex Smith.
I do like watching the Chiefs. I am a fan of them.
The Chiefs are fun. I mean, although, I've lost a good deal of my enjoyment for watching the Chiefs because of Tyreek Hill, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, I pretend he doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, he catches lots of touchdowns, so it makes it really hard to ignore him. So it becomes difficult, but I do really like Pat Mahomes.
I love watching Pat Mahomes play.
Yeah,
like he's just a really fun player to watch, and I don't even like football.
Here's the thing: if you watch, you should watch. Oh shit! I mean, you could. Jess,
I want to watch Star Trek movies.
We can watch Star Trek movies,
but it's already late.
But you might want to watch the game that's on tonight. The Titans and Ravens. You don't have to watch it with sound. It's 8:15
Your
EST.
Time?
Yeah.
Oh, PST.
EST.
Oh, okay.
Because the reason I say this is because
1 a.m.
Yeah, but the reason I say this is that the Ravens have another QB who is extraordinarily fun to watch. Like, is probably the most fun to watch in the league this year by far. But like, many years, and his name is Lamar Jackson, and
I've heard of
super
Lamar.
good.
I don't know if I trust your football knowledge though, because you made me watch that shit Super Bowl.
Well, I don't know if they're gonna win. They probably
through the
will.
whole thing.
Well, here's the thing: the Ravens are 14-2. They have the best record out of anybody in the playoffs. In all likelihood, they're going to win probably handily tonight. If you were a betting man. However, it's the playoffs, and any given Sunday, who knows? But it is a game to watch. And that goes out to all the rest of you, by the way. If you don't know if you'd like football, a Ravens game from this year, probably a good one to watch because Lamar Jackson is just fucking exciting. If you just keep your eyes on him the whole time, you will enjoy yourself. Yeah, but he's on the Ravens, so who cares? Well, you guys are going to have to draft a QB this year probably, right? Hey, say what you will about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Say what you will about, any part of that organization. You ask me, you cannot talk shit about Mike fucking Tomlin because after all the shit that your team went through in this offseason and this year, to go 8-8 is fucking incredible. I mean, Ben gained 7 million pounds, so yeah, probably. Well, have you seen Austin? Have you seen Days of Our Steelers? You almost certainly have, right?
Was that like Days of Our Lives, or like what's happening?
Yeah, yes.
Oh,
It's
I didn't
Days
expect
of
that to
Our
be the
Lives.
actual
Yeah.
answer.
So there's a joke. Oh, sorry. Yes, Apollo. My fault. Turned off a lot of that. That's fair, but you know. Anyway, Ben Roethlisberger is known as, I think, Captain Fat Ass in that story. in Days of Our Steelers.
Captain Fat Ass?
Yeah, something like that. It's something to disparage Ben Roethlisberger's weight. It's some good stuff. It's funny. Ben Roethlisberger's not a great dude, so it's okay to make fun of him. Why? You nerd, you always win. That's true. Yeah, how could you be a Pats fan? Well, I guess if you're a Pats fan, you need to be able to hate somebody. Which sucks because everybody hates you.
I mean, they hate you with reason.
Oh, with very
They
good,
are very valid.
justified reason. Yes.
You're not allowed to hate anyone if you're a Pats fan. That's just the law.
Pretty much. I mean, I guess you're allowed to hate, but you also should be aware that no one will take your hate seriously. Captain Fat Fuck, leader of men. There you go. That's it.
Leader of men?
Yeah, it's a joke because Ben Roethlisberger is the QB, so he's supposed to be the leader of men type figure, and he's supposed to be a character with high integrity that puts his players together. However, Ben Roethlisberger, on the other hand, has his own private podcast, public podcast that he runs in Pittsburgh, in which he publicly shits on his teammates constantly.
Wow.
Yeah, this is like during season too, so like it's making fun of him by saying he's not a leader of men, obviously.
Honestly, could I become something the leader of men? Because I'm into it. Like, if I join the revolution, I want a fancy fucking title and a cape.
I mean, nobody really likes him. Yeah, he throws the ball good, so that's the thing. Yeah, exactly. He footballs good, so now he doesn't football good anymore. Oh, well, he does still football good. He just dies a lot.
He's fucking dying a lot. Jesus.
Yeah, he gets the shit kicked out of him.
I mean, he seems like a douchebag, so I see why.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he got caught up in 2 rape cases early on in his career.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it was dismissed. So I mean, I
yeah, but 2 is a little suspect.
That's the thing, right?
Like 1, someone's being a fucking bitch or whatever and falsely accusing you, and okay. 2?
Watching him recently, overthrows literally everything. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's getting up there, but he settled one, so he definitely did that one. Oh,
no.
Jesus, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not great. It's not great over there. But yeah. But hey, new QB soon, probably. So that's a positive. And it's Tomlin, so he's probably gonna pick the right guy. Yes. Yeah. I think that Tomlin knows what he's doing, personally. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we don't have any picks. Oh, do you not? Oh no. Let me look here over the cap.
How does movie night work? So 7 p.m. UK time or 2 p.m. EST. We start up the stream. We vote for a movie. We watch a public domain movie that you lot have voted for, and then afterwards we kind of just go off tangent, which is the part we're at now.
Yep. Oh. Yeah, okay, so not only do you not have picks, you also don't have any money.
Oh.
You're the team with the 3rd least cap space, and the other 2 are in negative. So you're the lowest with they've actually only got 1.7 million cap space. Ay. That is bad. That is not good. Can they get out of Ben? Hold on, I gotta find this. Ben Roth. Yeah, you guys are in some real trouble here.
We talked about how sweatpants are the ultimate tool of seduction for about 90 minutes during the movie too. That did happen, yes.
We did do that, yeah.
Apparently it works for both genders. I didn't know that.
Dead money and capsite. Okay, so if you cut Ben, you will be sucking down 12 million of dead cap, but you'll have 19 million in savings. So technically, you will increase your cap space if they cut Ben. Didn't play anyone this year, Lamau. Well, remember, you're paying, you're paying 2 players to not be on the team, right? I mean, you're probably still paying AB, and you're not paying Le'Veon, but you're probably still paying AB. Like you're like if I go back here, like here, in case you're curious, Austin, or anybody else, by the way. Your dead money. Yeah, what the fuck? You actually have really low dead money. That's weird. The hell are you spending all your money on? It's got to be that offensive line, right? Or bitches. Could be bitches. I wonder if I can I see the breakdown? Yeah, I probably can. Okay, let's see. Okay, well, I mean, that's a huge one. So Ben is eating up 33 mil right there. Stephon Tuitt is eating up 14 million, who I assume is, it's defensive end. And then David DeCastro eating up another 13 mil. Yeah, this is where all the money goes. Yeah, look at that. You're spending a shitload on the line. Yeah, there's Pouncey. There's, Joe Hayden paid really well for his age. Yeah, that's where all the money's going. It's to the line. Stars are really good at the space. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna spend money on anything, offensive line is probably the way to spend it, if you ask me. So, dead money. Oh no, you're not even paying AB. There's no dead money on AB. Huh. Look at that. It's weird. Honestly, the thing that is that's the most dead money is Dante Moncrief. Funnily enough, eaten 1.7 million. This is actually a pretty surprisingly. It's actually well contained. It seems. Just move parts a lot every year. Yeah, it seems like it. What is this?
It's an otter.
I do love otters.
I know you do.
He's getting more and more wiggly.
I love otters, dude.
Same.
I wanted to work at a zoo. That was my whole thing.
He likes a ball. It's like Le'Veon piece. Yeah, it makes sense. Oh, I want an otter so bad, dude.
I know.
But I know I cannot have one.
Unless the world goes to shit. If we start burning and there's an apocalypse of some kind, we'll head to the zoo.
Yeah, at that point, I'm doing him a favor.
Someone's gotta feed him, We gotta look after him.
He's getting more and more wibbly. He really is.
He's getting so wibbly.
Oh, he's so fluffy. Not enough otter running. I do enjoy otter running. It's a good time. Anyway, I'm gonna go watch some football. Go watch the playoffs. The Lamar Jackson's playing at 8:15 Eastern time. Right now is the Vikings and Niners. Doesn't look like it's going too well for the Vikes. But, should we go raid somebody? Suppose we should.
I mean, probably. Oh, my back. Ooh.
There. Oh, streaming. Oh, starting. Good. Perfect. Raid. Boom. Go raid some Victor. His stream's about to start. I don't know what he's doing. Monthly mosh pit giveaway. Oh, it's a giveaway. There you go. Go raid him. Go do. Go get some giveaway. You get some free stuff or something. Maybe. I don't know. Could happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was joined today by Jess, Bubblegum Viking, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, following all the places.
That's me. Please. I need to feed my family. My fish is very sick. It's not a joke. My fish is actually sick. It's very depressing. I only named him like 2 days ago.
In addition, my good friend Apollo was also here in chat near the end, at the end of our discussion. You can follow his channel at twitch.tv/dumbdog. Good dude. If you haven't followed him already, I would recommend it. And also, of course, I am Alpaca Patrol. And if you don't know who I am and you decided to stay to the end part of movie night,
I'm sorry.
Then first of all, raise your hand because you need a round of applause. And second of all, why? Yeah, who are you? What? Where are you from? What are you on?
What are you?
You just got here. Well, welcome. I'm Alpaca Patrol. You can find me at everywhere. Alpaca Patrol everywhere. But the countdown's starting. So anyway, I love you all. You beautiful people. Thanks for watching this. Alpaca Patrol signing out. Peace, fools.